Teague, Mat 3 is just going like crazy here. We've had 2 falls, I think 2 matches in already before all the other matches even got 1 done.
Yeah, they are making quick work on mat number 3. I think that was Ethan Albers of Cannon Falls, Randolph. So I think Cannon Falls, that's their first win here as a newcomer at the Bi-State. I know when we were making our picks on the podcast, Steve, I think I picked their 160-pounder to win it. I love seeing these new teams come in. And it seems like every time we see these coaches, or even like you talked about, Steve, they come in and see this setup and they're in awe almost.
I was texting, I was letting coaches know, my old coach, I'm like, man, you got to get your team here because you want to get your wrestlers prepped for the state tournament. There's no better atmosphere or culture or look, appearance-wise, that looks like the Kohl Center down in Madison.
And pin number 3 on mat number 3.
Hey, don't go to mat 3.
That is Tyler Kreidemacher, 8'3", senior of Lewiston, Altura, Rushford, Peterson, better known as LARP. But
oh, there you go.
Looks like he had a little gator roll action there in the first period, picked up the quick pin. He'll be advancing to the round of 32. And folks, scheduling-wise today, this first round, to say it's a grind would be an understatement. We'll be going through 3 rounds of the championship action. So we have round of 64, round of 32, round of 16, and then we also have 2 consolation rounds wrestling. We'll see the consolation matches a little later on.
So, Teague, what is this today? They're going to do the first 2 rounds of preliminary. Is that how that works?
So this first session, Steve, yeah, we're going to have the round of 64, the second round. Sometime at the start of that second round, they'll start wrestling the consolation side. Basically, it's 3 championship rounds, 2 consolation rounds.
Gotcha.
Get about an hour and a half break. Round control, that's a good way to look at it. Mm-hmm. So Steve and I will be talking, when we say neutral position or on their feet, that just means neither wrestler has control. That's what we see at the start of the first period when they start on their feet. If you start on top at the start of the second or third period, you're considered in control there.
Yeah, Teague, big match on mat 8. We have a Luxembourg Casco wrestler, 16-5, against a DC Everest wrestler. Here's a case where the freshman, Blake Bankston, was not able to be seated, right? I mean, because he didn't have the number of matches. So this could be a big one, right? I don't know what you got the seeds on those guys?
Looking through it right now, but I know Caleb Delabrew is seated pretty high coming into this. And sometimes, Steve, it is the higher seeds here that sometimes end up with a poor draw because of those guys that get randomly drawn in. I'm going to need to make you have your little notebook with the seeding graph?
I do, yes. Oh, they don't list them on there, huh? I thought with the big book they had it on. I'm still getting my bearings here, so I'm flipping all over the place. I was looking to see how many ranked teams were in here. I was trying to find the book. Looks like an enroll wrestler on mat 10. Brady Shue, familiar to the state wrestling tournament.
That's over Emmett Brooks of Sparta.
Luke Kramer on mat 9. He's beating from Prairie du Chien. Beating Daime Heiss, I believe, as I'm saying, North Crossford, Seneca.
Oh, yeah, you nailed that.
Nice. A lot of times if I don't know the last name, I'll just say the first name.
All right, mat number 2. Looks like we have another 2-time state champ up. That's Gavin Drexler, the 1 seed at 145. Great shot defense there. He's up 4-1 over Michael Sharonbrock.
Sharonbrock.
And yeah, I know, a Big Sun Prairie name a couple years ago.
Yep.
But more on Drexler here. Folks, if you're at home, you might need to get like a notepad out. There's gonna be a lot of wrestlers that we're gonna say our appointment viewing. Gavin Drexler, another one of those guys. Just absolutely impressive, not only on the state scene, but the national scene as well. He's up 7-1. Like I said, 1 state his sophomore and junior year. I think it's going to be hard-pressed to find someone who will stop him from winning that 3rd title this year. He's just an absolute hammer in all three phases of the sport. Now up 10-1 after that tilt.
Love those singlets, man. Hey, so Gavin Drexler is a 2-time bi-state champ. He'll be a 3-time if he wins it this year. Do they put an asterisk? As I'm sure there's 4-time bi-state champs, right? But unfortunately for Gavin, wasn't given the opportunity last year to be a 4-timer. I don't know how Jason's going to address that. Maybe put a little asterisk there that was not allowed the opportunity for a 4-time, but or maybe not. Maybe just say, hey, too bad, right?
It'll be interesting. Considering that was an unprecedented event last year, I have no idea how they'll be going about that. Drexler now looking to maybe pick up the pin here at the end of the first period.
There it is.
So Gavin Drexler, the 1 seed, moving on to the round of 32.
Toma back out in first as far as the team race goes. You know, it's funny. Toma's leading this tournament, and I cannot remember a Toma wrestler.
Over on mat number 4, looks like we have a match in the third period there. That's Hayden Bakken of Mineral Point. He's up 9-3 on Bryce Clark.
170 pounds on mat number 9.
At number 3, another match in the third period. Caleb Lochner, Zubroda Mazeppa. We brought their name up a few times already. He's up 11-5 on Cameron Sari of DC Everest. Getting into the 170-pound action here.
Already 170. That's flying. Middleton wrestler. Matt 6, bringing the wrestler to his back. But again, Ben Peterson, GET. I don't know if that's the coach's kid, right? He's 7-5 junior from GET. He's up over Avon Smith from Lacrosse Central.
On mat number 3, looks like, gonna be a pin, might be a pin there from Peterson at 160. So it looks like mostly 160, 170 now. I just want to say real quick for the local people listening, that 152-pound bracket, Steve, Aiden Brzezinski DeSoto, 2 seed, Joe Pinky Aquinas, 3 seed, Parker Cradaville of Holman, or sorry, it's Cradaville is the 3 seed, Brzezinski is the 2 seed, the 4 seed is Pinky, and then we talked about Ellison, the 7 seed. That's like a 40-mile radius, I would say. 4 of the top 7 seeds all from that same area.
152 you said that was?
Yep.
Hey, if you're local, come on down. Go work, get your workday done, and get on over here for the evening sessions tonight and tomorrow.
Get your workday done, or, you might maybe have a headache or something, have to call into work.
That's right. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but I know you don't look so good. Hey, new team leader, Evansville, 24 points over Toma 23 in the team race.
170, looks like there might be a pin there over on mat number 2. I feel like we're just catching the tail end of a lot of these matches.
You look over and it's done.
Trying to look for a lot of matches right now, just from the looks of it and the early goings here. So we'll just keep talking about the general atmosphere of the tournament. Over on mat number 6, that is David Fargan of Ithaca Weston and Mason Brunig of Lodi. Fargan, a 9-1 junior. Mason Brunig, 5-6 sophomore.
Teague, just for fun, I want you to attempt to announce the names of the guys on mat 3. I'll lead you into it. DC Everest and Bayport.
All right, Tanner Rickman, 5-1 sophomore. And then Chris Vanenhoven?
Oof.
Van Uwenhoven? Van Uwenhoven. I'm going to go with that for now.
You got better guts than I would. I would have said Chris V.
Gotta at least give it a shot.
Van Evenhoven.
I think you might have nailed it with that one. Actually,
could be. I mean, I'm from that area.
I was gonna say this is supposed to be you're the East Side guy. You know those.
Well, I've seen Van Evenhoven before, but it wasn't spelled like that. So maybe we'll get some Bayport people to help us out.
I was gonna say you're talking to the guy that messed up Vandeheim.
Vandeheim, right?
Time.
Well, you always know the Southerners when they say Vanda Hay.
Over on mat number 2, Joe Nieder of Spencer Columbus Catholic. He's up 5-0 on Cody Dellish, 3-3 senior from Oconto Falls.
Bo Hansen looks like he got the win on mat 10. Just kind of seeing the end results there.
Mat number 9 on 160. Get a little more Luxembourg Casco action. We got Ryan Ruthio facing off against Dalton Johnson. He's up 8-0 in that match right now. Ruthio coming into this one as the 10 seed. One of many Luxembourg Casco wrestlers.
Hey, big, looks like potential fall. Ezra Waggy from Luxembourg Casco over Portage wrestler James Peters. This will be big for LC. What were we talking about, Teague? 95?
95, so 11 wrestlers it looks like.
11 wrestlers, 5, 6 state appearances between them. One returning by-state place winner, Rafe Smart from Stratford at 195. Number 1 seed here today.
And it looks like Division III kind of leading the way there at 95. You have Calderona, the 1 seed from Iowa Grant Highland, was the runner-up at state last year. Then Rafe Smart, as Steve talked about, currently ranked first at 195, was the runner-up at 195 pounds in Division III state. And then the 3rd seed coming to this, Ryan McCartney of Lancaster. He's ranked 4th, so for you Division III wrestling fans, 3 of the top 4 195-pounders are in action at this tournament these next couple of days here. Looking at some more action on the mat. Just looking at mat number 8 here real quick. Blake Theory, 11-0 freshman out of Prairie du Chien. Not often you see a freshman with that much success at 182 pounds right away. He's currently up 8-1 right now against Luke Noel of West Salem Bangor. Mat number 9, we have Gunnar Kraus of Nakusa Assumption. He's facing off against Tyler Mayhew of Middleton. Kraus, a 1-0 sophomore. Mayhew, a 9-3 junior. We have a 4-2 match. So on mat number 6, as I look over to the actual mat, looks like we have a pinning situation. Looks like Zach Eames of River Valley just picked up the pin over Dylan Bartz of Hastings. So these 195-pound matches kind of flying through pretty quickly here. And we see over on mat number 2 now, it looks like we're getting into 220 pounds as well. 220 pounds, just going through the tail of the tape there real quick. 13 wrestlers who are either ranked or have accolades at state or by state. Cole Martin coming in as the 1 seed in that weight class. He is a senior for Stratford, ranked 4th at 220 pounds in Division III. Don't know if we'll be seeing action from him the first round. I'll check the bracket here quick, see if he got a bye.
You will win by forfeit. Do not need to report. Mitchell Danielski will win by forfeit.
And a quick correction, looks like Cole Martin, not the number 1 seed, it was at the top of the scoop, but number 1 seed here, Mason Wells of Pulaski at 220. Number 2 seed is Colton Gearink of Wausau West. He's had a pretty solid year for his team and head coach Troy Fabry so far. He's ranked honorable mention in Division I. So another quick pin over on mat number 6 at 220. That's Preston Wampler of Adams Friendship, 9-5, now a 10-5 junior. Picks up the pin there on mat number 6. He'll be advancing to the round of 32. We have a cradle over on mat number 3. There's a lot of action going on, folks. Sorry for all the jumping around, but just, man, we have a lot of good wrestling taking place in front of us. Blake Theory, freshman out of Prairie du Chien, now with a 12-1 lead. Looking to run that armbar, trying to take a big step over there. Looking to get a couple of extra points for his team. Prairie du Chien expect to see them in the team race as well. They have the studs, they have the depth to where they'll be able to, we'll see their name definitely near the top of the team standings once all is said and done here. Over at 220 pounds, so I brought up Cole Martin, mistakenly brought up that he was the number 1 seed. I'll find out his actual seed here now real quick. Looks like Martin comes into this one as the 5 seed, 14-1 senior out of Stratford. He's taking on, though, pretty interesting matchup. Hayden Brigham,in 6-0 senior out of Sparta. Brigham,in, I'd say, one of the stronger wrestlers on Sparta's team. Sparta had a duel and a tournament canceled. So Brigham,in wasn't able to get seeded because he didn't have 7 matches on the year. But Brigham,in is not a weak wrestler by any means. We see him taking on the 5 seed right away. Currently 0-0. That is over on mat number 10 for those of you. I don't know how many people are watching that don't necessarily have a vested interest in team. They just want to watch some good wrestling. Head over to mat number 10 where we have 5 seed Cole Martin. Looks like he'll be heading into that second period. Knotted up at 0 with Brigham,in. And Steve, I was just telling everyone at home here, Cole Martin from Stratford is the 5 seed. Kind of one of those guys that didn't get a fun draw there from the random seeding. Hayden Brigham,in of Sparta, one of their better wrestlers. He's 6-0, so doesn't have that 7-match criteria.
Yeah, this was that match you were talking about last night, right? This is they said, hey, this guy does not want to be thrown in the draw because he could knock somebody out.
And now Brigham,in starting that second period down, so maybe trying to get first blood there.
Was Brigham,in the guy that beat the ranked D3 heavyweight, if I remember right?
No, you're thinking of Jimmy Schaefbauer from the CUSA.
There you go.
Yep, Jimmy Schaefbauer picked up a pin over Wiley Dunn from Whitehall fan club.
Teague is the founder of the
Keegan
O'Toole fan club. Well, I am the founder of the Ryan Rambo fan club.
All right, so we have our first blood here on mat number 10. Not blood time, but Hayden Brigham,in picks up the first score, gets the reversal on Martin.
That's a big one. What's
Martin is the 5 seed.
5 seed. Holy cow.
So theoretically, Brigham,in with the random draw, he comes in as the 60 seed. Martin able to pick up another quick reversal there. Now Brigham,in with the escape makes it 3-2 now.
And Brigham,in's unranked as I'm looking through.
4-2. There must have been a locked hands call or something that I may have missed.
3-4, I'm seeing.
3-2. Okay, they had the score. Okay. So Martin with the takedown makes it 4-3, end of the second period. We'll head into the third, and it is Martin's choice, so he can choose to go down here.
Wow.
And Steve, this is where we see the first of, we call this the 1-point conundrum. You're starting top, down by 1 in the third period. Do you try to ride them?
I do.
Get a tilt or get a turn, or do you let them up and go for a takedown to tie things up?
Hey, I'm from old school wrestling. Writes down Bill verbatim. We are tough riders on top. I think you take your shot right there. Oh, almost got it. Right. I think you try for a turn for 30 seconds, 45 seconds, then let him go. Or you do what he did. He kind of went for something, right? Kind of went for a cheap turn, so to speak. Maybe you catch him, let him go anyway, right? Now you're down by 2. You got to get the takedown.
Brigham,in looking to work that overhook. We will stay on mat number 10 right now because so far this would be the biggest seeding upset that we'd see in the tournament, Steve. Just watching them wrestle, you can't even consider too much of an upset.
No, not at all. It's just one of those things, right? And you're thinking, hey, I'm the number 5 seed in a 64-man bracket. My first round match should be pretty easy. No, not here at the Bi-State.
You would have to argue Martin probably got the worst draw here as the 5 seed than anything.
Yeah, as an underdog, you kind of come in a little bit and think, yeah, I'm going to knock this guy off. Hey, whoever loses this match, though, they're going to make some noise in the wrestlebacks.
They're going to be, I'll kind of tease this out there now, could be a recipient for the Iron Man Award. That's whoever wins the most consolation matches in a row on the backside.
Oh, big Wow, I don't know if that's he got caught or what. Quentin Brosh from Hudson was up. And then Jimmy Shield from Verona catches him on his back. Looks like he's going to get, I mean, that's a lot of time to fight off. Minute and 35 seconds left.
And we got 30 seconds left here over on mat number 10. Brighamman still just trying to find some way to score here. Tried to go for a single. Looks like he might be worn down a little bit. I think barring a Granby roll here, looks like the upset campaign ended, but man, had me on the edge of my seat for pretty much 4.5 minutes there.
Yeah.
So Cole Martin, the Brighamman, I'd say one of the stronger wrestlers on Sparta's team. Sparta had a duel and a tournament canceled. So Brighamman wasn't able to get seeded because he didn't have 7 matches on the year, but Brighamman is not a weak wrestler by any means. We see him taking on the 5 seed right away. Currently 0-0. That is over on mat number 10 for those of you. I don't know how many people are watching that don't necessarily have a vested interest in team. They just want to watch some good wrestling. Head over to mat number 10 where we have 5 seed Cole Martin. Looks like he'll be heading into that second period. Knotted up at 0 with Brighamman. And Steve, I was just telling everyone at home here, Cole Martin from Stratford is the 5 seed. Kind of one of those guys that didn't get a fun draw there from the random seeding. Hayden Brighamman of Sparta, one of their better wrestlers. He's 6-0, so doesn't have that 7-match criteria.
Yeah.
Brighamman looking to work that overhook. We will stay on mat number 10 right now because so far this would be the biggest seeding upset that we'd see in the tournament, Steve. Just watching them wrestle, you can't even consider too much of an upset.
No, not at all. It's just one of those things, right? And you're thinking, hey, I'm the number 5 seed in a 64-man bracket. My first round match should be pretty easy. No, not here at the Bi-State.
You would have to argue Martin probably got the worst draw here as the 5 seed than anything.
Yeah, as an underdog, you kind of come in a little bit and think, yeah, I'm going to knock this guy off. Hey, whoever loses this match, though, they're going to make some noise in the wrestlebacks.
They're going to be, I'll kind of tease this out there now, could be a recipient for the Iron Man Award. That's whoever wins the most consolation matches in a row on the backside.
Oh, big. Wow, I don't know if that's he got caught or what. Quentin Brosh from Hudson was up. And then Jimmy Shield from Verona catches him on his back. Looks like he's going to get, I mean, that's a lot of time to fight off. Minute and 35 seconds left.
And we got 30 seconds left here over on mat number 10. Brighamman still just trying to find some way to score here. Tried to go for a single. Looks like he might be worn down a little bit. I think barring a Granby roll here, looks like the upset campaign ended, but man, had me on the edge of my seat for pretty much 4.5 minutes there.
Yeah.
So Cole Martin, the 5
Oh,
seed.
that's 138. Did Ronsman move down, rankings-wise?
Which one are you?
138. I'm looking at O'Connell Falls. I take that back. Trainer's honorable mention. Trying to look at what is Hurd ranked, Prairie du Chien. He is not.
Well, if Hurd ends up picking a win in this one, I think that'll change just a little bit, but still needs to get a takedown right now, though. Trepanier in on a shot of his own, looking to knee slide.
Crossover.
Maybe switch off to a double.
Little scramble position
Hurd
going on.
trying to put Trepanier in danger.
Trepannier's in good shape now. He's got a, oh, wait, here we go. I love these scrambles, Teague.
Right on the edge of the mat. Looks
No
like
points.
We'll reset in the middle. We'll stay focused here on mat number 4. And I don't know for sure Luke Trepanier is related to Nate Trepanier at all. I think there's one more Trepanier, brother. Just can't put my finger on that name.
Oh, warning, stalling. Trepanier.
That's huge there. If Hurd can push the pace, he can definitely earn one more stalling call. That would get him a point. Trying to shoot Trepanier off the mat.
Backing up.
Reset in the middle.
Fresh start, 18 seconds. Trapanier's got to keep moving forward. Oh, that saves him right there.
What a shot.
Yeah, he's in on a double. Doesn't have to do anything. But gets in a scramble position.
And I think Trapanier's going to hold on for the victory, 6-5. That was a crafty decision there by Trepanier. Gets called for stalling. Just get in on a shot, kill some time. Give props to him. He still was kind of working for a takedown, but
got it at the end. 8-5.
Looks like we got a couple of Marshfield wrestlers now over here on mats number 1 and 3. That's Hoyt Blaskowski of Marshfield.
Who's the head coach at Marshfield, Teague?
I believe it is Cody C. Cody C was a 2 or 3 time bi-state champion for Westby. Now coaching up at Marshfield, doing great things with that program right now. And Blaskowski comes in to this tournament ranked 3rd at 145 in Division I. Placed 5th at 132 pounds at state last year. Was 4th at bi-state as a freshman 2 years ago.
Benny Bemis from Toma is up on mat 4.
We have a pinning situation on mat number 2. On mat number 1, Keegan Cliver taking care of business. Up 11-1 now on Quentin Bethauser of LARP. And Blaskowski picks up the pin for Marshfield. Steve, next round, remind me, before 132, I need to see where Marshfield's at in the team standings, and then after like 182, I need to see how much they've jumped.
I was just going to say, if looks like they're going to get it here, a couple wins right in a row, it's going to help them both jump up in the team standing.
Because they pick up points in bunches.
It's kind of cool, too. You feed off that, right? You know, you're with a bunch of pack of wild dogs, right, that just go out there like animals and get those falls. It really starts to add up the team score, especially in a dual meet, right? Bam, bam, bam. You get those wins right in a row. It's a momentum builder. Iowa Grant takes the lead now as far as team score by a point over Chatfield, Minnesota.
Over on mat number 10, I believe that's a championship match. 138-pound round of 32. That's Bryson Kundinger, 10-6 sophomore. He's up 5-3 on Jackson Whitney of Mauston Necedah. Whitney, 8-1 junior. It looks like he does get either the takedown or reversal there. I just looked over there at that mat. They're knotted up 5-5. I'll take a look at that 138-pound bracket, see who's facing off against who. So the winner of Whitney and Kundinger. All right, so I'm going to bring the attention back to mat number 3.
Tech fall. He had a tech fall in the round of 32.
Oh, it was a fast tech fall then. Whoops.
He's got Colin McKittrick from Royal in the second round, or in the third round now.
So Riley Wanick, the 12 seed, who we kind of saw got put into a little bit of trouble in the first round. Currently down again, 3-2 to Ethan Klinkner of Cashton. So Wanick comes in as the 12 seed. I believe that makes Klinkner the 21 seed. Right now, Klinkner and Wanick tied up 3-3 heading into the third period. Or sorry, the second period. Wanick will start top there.
Good action going on mat 10. Bryson Kundinger from Verona. He is, so championship round is 10-6 sophomore, and Jason Whitney, Mauston Necedah, 8-1 junior. End of the second period, 5-4.
Whitney starts down. Looks like Cunninger will elect to ride right away here. We'll see how that game plan changes it up. Looks like Cunninger did not hide anything there, went right to throwing in the legs.
Throws in the boots. He's got to turn him, though. I mean, he's down by 1.
Trying to switch, trying to maybe go into that hammerlock position, putting the hand on the back.
Coming out front.
Oh, in that treetop position, though.
Interesting. Looked like he was trying to hook the arm to throw, maybe an Iowa-style throw.
So Whitney kind of has himself set up here for could be a reversal if he gets the hands around the waist, but I think Cunninger was just holding on to something for a second there. So that makes it 7-4 now. Whitney in control, up by 3. 50 seconds left in the third period there. 13-3 match over on mat number 6. Make that 13-4.
For those of you that have never been here, I tell you, for my first time, it's really like a gladiator-style venue here. I mean, the crowd is right on top of the wrestling, looking straight down. It's, man, you got to get here. You got to get. I'm sure this probably fills up more in the evening and probably for the finals. I can only guess, but pretty good-sized crowd. Gets loud in here.
145 pounds.
Feel like I'm experiencing a deja vu with Riley Wanek in a close match. Starts the period on top, ends up getting points on top as well. Now up 5-3 on Ethan Klinkner.
Yeah, you're right. He had a tough first round. Close. It was close for a while, and then the third period he really poured it on. Yeah, he just positioning right. He just stays in it.
Yeah, the mat definitely looks like the mat is where he excels.
He's just scrappy. He's got that deep, tight waist. Does Wanek from Riverdale. And Riverdale and Cashton are super close as far as location, aren't they?
Steve, we have, hang on, we're going to jump to mat 10, sudden victory. It's like both wrestlers still on their feet. Cunninger kind of in position with that front head. See if he can circle around. Trying to grab an ankle, get some control. But Whitney holding on for dear life, 30 seconds left. Cunninger has to try and maybe hook that near ankle. Both these wrestlers just still fighting, and Cunninger thought he was going to get the takedown, got out of position a little bit. Whitney's going to get the win in sudden victory.
Right in front of his fans. Look at that.
And the pin, and you can tell that match just took it out of both of them. It looks like Cunninger just distributed his weight a little bit too far. Whitney able to kind of, it was like a sitting Grammy roll almost. I don't know the way to describe it, but.
We'll just call it a pin. Jackson Whitney goes to 9-1 on the year.
And the thing is, Steve, I turned my attention away from that number 10. I'm excited to see this one as well. We have Riley Stelzner of Hudson taking on little Preston Cradaville of Holman. Preston comes in ranked 11th at 138 pounds in Division I. Stelzner, I don't think is in at the ranking, so Cradaville picks up the quick takedown there, trying to lock up the cradle. Sophomore from Holman was one place away from qualifying for state in the super sectional format last year.
Connor Gorski, Baraboo, mat 8 with a quick 2 points takedown. Looks like he got 3 near fall. Go up 5-2 early on Weston Borkovic, if I'm saying it right, O'Connell Falls. And the fall goes Connor Gorski. Yep, we're good. Heard a fall happen here. Let the announcer take away here a little bit.
Medford Hillsborough, man number 1. Riverdale's Ashton Meese, West Hill Mango's Isaiah Murphy,
Oh, good to see Jacob Ward wrestle, Steve, over on mat number 7.
That's my pick, 6-2.
8-2 now.
8-2.
Wow, we almost have the almost fully filled with the 138-pound weight class.
Ward was, what did he take last year at state? Was he a 6th place? Got a nice cradle locked
Ward
up.
ended up placing 6th. He lost
A
in
tight
a
one, the
tough
semis.
match to, it was the Nina wrestler. Man, I can't think of the name. It's Austin something, isn't it? I don't know. I can think of that whole 45-pound bracket except who Jacob Ward lost to.
Now I got to pop it up.
Yeah, no, we can't let that. Over on mat number 5, while Steve's looking up that state result here, we have Tyler Yan, 11-1 senior of Holman. He's currently up 4-1 on Trevor Arntz, 10-3 freshman of Baraboo. Tyler Yan, younger brother of bi-state champ Kalen Yan, who won it his senior year. Now up 4-3.
Drake Hayward, he lost to.
Drake Hayward.
Yeah. But here's the thing, 10-9. That was a tough one, all right? Jacob Ward won first round over Liam Hughes from Marquette University, and they lost 10-9 in a tight one, right? And Drake Hayward was the state champ, if I remember right.
Hayward ended up.
Oh man,
he ended up losing in the finals.
Did he really? Then he lost to Brett Back from Wisconsin Rapids, 12-7, and then
10-3 senior. Now it looks like he's just riding tough there in the second period. So up 3-0 now. My apologies. Good match here on mat number 5, right in front of us. That's Brendan Pickle over Ryan Eartham at 2-1. Start of the second period for the consolation action. Mat number 7, we have some championship action. Logan Neuroth of Verona and Carter Callis of Bayport. That just started. 1:30 left in the first period there.
Degner from Royal with the reversal. So he's up 4-2 now. About a minute left of the final frame. Excuse me.
Oh, I got a response about the population of Goodhue. Population of Goodhue, 1,300, and they are all related to Bailey O'Reilly, who is wrestling 174 for the Gophers. So
nice. Who's your source? Can you name your source on that one? Who's the?
I got friends in low places, Steve. I don't know if they want me to give their name away or not. So I'll get permission first. So mat 3, it looks like Radke still up 3-0.
Tight reversal. Lamb, I hope I'm saying it right from LARP, but Wyatt from LARP, he gets the reversal, 145 pounds, ties it up with 8 seconds left on the clock. Looks like this one's going to go to sudden victory.
So yeah, the Goodhue informant and one of my Red Theory 12-0 freshmen of Prairie du Chien facing off against Mitch Berg, 6-0 sophomore of Melvin GET. Love seeing the Melvin versus Prairie du Chien battles. Reminds me of the team sectional and team state battles that we saw for a few years there. GET got the better of Prairie du Chien a few years ago at team state, making it to the finals. Ended up losing to Wrightstown. Then Prairie du Chien returned the favor last year. Or sorry, I should say Prairie du Chien didn't wrestle GET last year, but Prairie du Chien ended up making team state finals last year, lost to Amory. Right now, Theory, the freshman, up 4-0 on mat number 6. New match here on mat number 5. We have Mauston Nasita Jr., Dalton Hain, squaring off against J.D. Brom of Port Washington. Hain comes into this tournament as the 9 seed. That means Brom, I'm guessing, yep, Brom is the 24 seed. Winner of this one goes against the winner of the Riley Clark Brody Deal match. That's between a couple of lacrosse high school wrestlers. So Hain did get the first takedown there. Brom with the escape though makes it 2-1 at 35 seconds left in the first. And we have a 3-2 match on mat 10 between Xavier Harretts and Jack Ziegler of Middleton. That's a consolation matchup there. Over on mat number 9, also consolation match at 182 pounds. Mat number 8 looks like Aiden Bruckner of Bayport holds a 9-0 lead over Mason Winch. Good match here, kind of on mat 7. Midway through on that match, we have Ezra Formanek of Eastview, 5-1 junior. Bo Hansen of Mineral Point. Right now, Formanek is up 4-2 on Hansen. I know Hansen came into this seated pretty high. I can double check here quick. Yeah, so Bo Hansen's the 4 seed. Formanek, that means he's the 29 seed. Currently riding tough on the senior from Mineral Point. Eastview, one of those schools, I don't get to see them a whole lot, but it just seems, whenever they come to Bi-State, they have 1 or 2 guys that are just absolute hammers. Formanek, Exhibit A right there. But Hansen, with 2 seconds left, tried to get out. Got the stand-up, but Formanek was able to hold on. 4-2 lead in favor of the junior from Eastview. And it is a 5-0 on Zach Eames of River Valley. Mat number 7, Brewer still holding on to a 3-0 lead over Chase Woosencraft. 12-0 sophomore from Pulaski. Going back to 5 real quick, Barron's a part of that deep Wausau West team, and their upper weight contingency, man, it's pretty strong. They're able to get points from anywhere, but especially at those upper weights. I mean, as you see right now, if you're watching mat 5, Barron's about to at least picking up near fall. That'll make it 13-0. So most likely going to see a tech or a pin there. On mat number 2, it looks like we are getting our first look here at Ray Smart of Stratford. Looks like we got some early blood time there. 1:53 left in the first, 0-0. Maybe not blood time. Might be an issue with the headgear. But yeah, Smart from Stratford, runner-up at state last year at 195. Placed 7th at Bi-State 2 years ago. The really cool thing about Smart, he originally wasn't even a starter for blood time. Might be an issue with the headgear. But yeah, Smart from Stratford, runner-up at state last year at 195. Placed 7th at Bi-State 2 years ago. The really cool thing about Smart, he originally wasn't even a starter for that year that he placed at Bi-State. Came in as a reserve. I remember him wrestling Holman's Drake Shams. Gave him a good fight, lost, but wrestled his way all the way back to 7th. And I think that's when people outside of Stratford knew that Smart was going to be a special wrestler. As his resume now shows, comes in this year ranked first at 195 in Division I. Remember, in Division III, we have 3 of the top 4 wrestlers here wrestling at 195, and 4 of the top 7 if you include Jed Scallon of Ithaca Weston.
So his first varsity experience was here at the Bi-State? That's crazy.
Yep. We just have a lot of Tigers wrestling right now. We got Stratford out there, Marshfield, New Richmond.
And don't forget, Mat 1. Who is that, Teague?
It's your boy, Ryan Rambo, taking on Joseph Chervinka of Luxembourg. I think Chervinka.
Not an easy go. Oh,
and
no.
Chervinka with the head throw on mat number 1. Rambo rolling through, though.
We got to stop talking.
I thought we were about to see the upset of the tournament so far. Chervinka just absolutely sent it.
That was he got launched. Wow.
Wow, I'm glad you directed my attention over to that, Steve.
On cue.
But Rambo does get the reversal, not before Chervinka pulls through with 5 points.
You could hear that thud from up here.
Yeah, even with the headset on. I mean, Rambo comes in as the 4 seed. That makes Chervinka the 29 seed. Just looking for the big move right away. We reset in the middle. Rambo will be in control. Man, Steve, how's your heart rate right now, man?
No, I was a little worried. I was still going to go get that selfie. Survive and advance, though, right? Isn't that what it's called?
A lot of match. I mean, man, if that first minute's any indicator, and it's going to be a fun, next 5 minutes here. Looks like we get a stall warning here on mat number 3.
Cal DeRoda, I think, with the
Parker
pin.
Stevens of New Richmond down 2-4 against Cody White. Gets some near fall, though. I think he's at least getting 2.
Who are you looking at? I can't.
That's on mat number 3 now.
Okay.
So Parker Stevens was down 2-4, Steve. 10 seconds left. Stevens was able to get some quick near fall on the tilt. 4-4 now in sudden victory. We'll keep the attention on mat number 3.
285 pounds, 285 pounds, mat 1.
Cody White's 12-4 senior, Parker Stevens 10-5 senior. And there's just something different about a senior year, Steve, where, last big bi-state tournament for these guys, so they're looking to make a name for themselves.
Yeah, as a senior, you start to realize you don't have a lot of time left, so you start going a little. Nope, don't click on it. Schweitzer's a good wrestler, Wanakee as well.
I think he is ranked, is that at 220? Yeah, he's ranked 11th at 220 in Division 1.
Isaac Biba, I haven't gotten to see him yet. There he is. He's got his.
One of the Biba brothers or cousins, I don't know for sure, but there's 2 Bibas on Iowa Grant's team.
He's got Luke Van Donzel on his back from Luxembourg Casco.
I feel like everywhere I'm looking now, I'm just seeing someone getting pinned at the moment.
Well, we are with the big boys, right? I mean, that's typical. Now, I'm assuming, based on there's a couple mats free here, they are going to wait a little bit till they're all clear. Is that what the game plan is, Teague?
I believe.
I know you said they just keep rocking.
Oh, they are going to roll right into it's all one session. Okay. It's it's already 1:16. We've been talking for 4.5 hours. Wow. Time flies when we're having fun.
That's right.
Also, I just want to say I know we're having a great time here, Steve. For those of you listening at home, you've obviously gone on to the stream. You saw that bi-state website. It is free to watch. Just keep in mind this is free. It's kind of like a fundraiser for Holman. The streaming setup is absolutely pristine. That Jason Lulova helped put on with WKTY. So feel free to donate if you like the product you're watching. Is basically what we're getting.
Absolutely, yep. And Jay Hansen with the fall from Verona on mat 10.
Sigmund of Medford and Tyler Kriedemacher of LARP are in a 6-3 battle. That one, 30 seconds left in the third. Sigmund holding on with a 3-point lead there. Mat number 8, we have Hastings Blake Beisel, 13-1 sophomore. That is knotted up 0-0 against Ethan Eggert, 14-2 junior out of Pulaski. All right, looks like it is 2-0 now on mat number 8. Over on mat number 10, Ryan Bortz of Goodhue, currently up 3-0 midway through that match. Mat number 9 here, we got some consolation action between Alexis Winicky and Will Newra. So, remember, third round of championship action. Second round of consolation action. Remember, we get our quarterfinals and 2 consolation rounds tonight.
Man number 8, 120 pounds. Lancaster's Devin
Looks like over on 8, we'll focus on Blake Beisel here for a second at 113.
Lucas Sports, Spartus, Devin Leetzau.
Currently ranked first in the state in AAA 106 Minnesota. Remember, AAA Minnesota is like Division I for Wisconsin, so the largest schools in terms of enrollment. Well, we didn't eat your thing. Oh, did you eat already?
Yeah, I ate.
On mat 6, Chatfields, Gage, Bartles. Oconto Falls.
Last year, Beisel placed 5th at 106 pounds.
Mat 6.
Mat 5, tight one in the third period.
4. Luxembourg Cascos, Blake
That's Colton Weiler, freshman we were talking about earlier.
You're on mat 4. On mat 3, Thomas, Landon Bloom, Medford.
Colton Weiler, I think, is already up to the second ranking as far as
On mat 8.
113 pounds goes.
Jack Pryor.
Yep, he's ranked 2nd in Division III right now.
Wrestling Gavin Peterson from Cannon Falls Randolph. Gavin Peterson does get the 2 points, so he's up 7-4. Takes Colton Weiler to his back. Gavin Peterson's got to be ranked. Yep, he is. He's ranked 4th in AA in Minnesota, Division II.
State qualifier last year at 106. Wow, he's running that half. I thought he was going to run the half on him for a sec. He is staying persistent with that.
One of these cases where probably a podium guy in Wisconsin this year, you know, round of 16 is getting taken out, right? I mean, it's just tough competition here.
We're on mat number 2. I think we're getting our first look at Stoughton in the round of 16 at least. That's Chance Suddeth and Calvin Singewald of Cannon Falls Randolph. And Steve, I know on our show with Josh, he said Cannon Falls Randolph not bringing a lot of starters, but it seems like everyone we've seen wrestle for them has been pretty impressive so far.
Studs. Tough one, close one on mat 3, 4-2. Well, just got opened up now, 6-2. Spencer Nelson has got the lead. I like these refs, though. They're doing a good job. I'm seeing a lot of communication in between them. I like, though, too, they got a good group of guys, but also a lot of them. So, you know, as a ref, too, you get mentally tired. You need those breaks. You got to sit out and kind of get your bearings back, right? I think sometimes they have tournaments where they don't have a lot of breaks. And so as the day starts to wane on, refs get tired,
And
right?
then, I mean, you want to be at the top of your – if you're going all day with no breaks, you're not going to be at the top of your game by the end of it. It's just simple.
And even this round of 16 where these are make-or-break matches, right? Fall on mat 8.
And I'm sure we have a lot of people coming in and out on the stream as the day goes along, especially, you know, it is considered a weekday to some as well. But for those of you tuning in, I do just want to say if you're enjoying the stream so far, if you like the product that Holman coach Jason Luloff and the rest of that team put out for the stream, remember it is free to watch, but do feel free to donate as well. They've put in hours of work for this and also spent thousands of dollars on it as well for what's basically a fundraiser for the team this tournament is. So, yeah, make sure to, if you're enjoying the product, just donate. I think it's as simple as that.
Yep.
On mat number 6, looks like we have a 2-0 matchup there. It's like a Lodi singlet to me, so that would be
Mat 5, Parker Heinz.
mat 5. There, I always mix up 5 and 6.
I don't know why.
Parker Heinz and Brett Plumedall, 13-2, is sophomore from West Salem.
They're going to put all tied matches on mat 6 for overtime.
Another championship mat here on mat number 4. We have Easton Warachek, 20-3 junior, with a quick takedown. Didn't even get time to announce his opponent, but Owen Noel of Bayport. Warachek was, I believe, a state champion last year at 106.
106 pounds. I think he did he beat Ackman?
I don't think that was at 106.
Well, let's take a little look-ski.
Well, Got to check out, go to D2. That's right, they have 3 different track links for state last year.
I know, it's nice.
Ackman wasn't at 106, though. I'm trying to, was it Might?
Might, yep.
Was it Might that's the runner-up? No, Mason Hennessy.
Hennessy, huh?
Yeah, Delavan Darien.
Might took 6th. What was
Oh, wow, on that number 2, Lucas Sullivan up 11-2 on Camden Staver.
Ackman took 3rd at 113.
So Mineral Point, I think that it's going to be Mineral Points if Sullivan can hold on. I mean, he's up 13-3 right now. Currently working a crossface. If he can hold on for the victory here in the 3rd period, I think that's Mineral Point's first quarter finalist.
I think there's only 2nd period right now.
Oh, yeah, I'm not jinxing it. I said if he can hold on.
Oh, you said if he can hold on the 3rd. Oh, I got you. As we go to the 3rd period.
I play fantasy football, Steve. I know how to not jinx things.
Should be 15-3.
After that near fall is awarded. So, again, a couple more championship matches out, or championship round matches out there. Over on mat number 3, a little more local talent. Gavin Finch of Toma, 16-1 junior, up 2-1 on Owen Denstad of Caledonia, Houston. 10-0 sophomore. That's at 132 pounds. Finch placed 7th at Bi-State at 113 2 years ago. Looks like Denstad comes into this tournament ranked 9th in a single A. Remember, that's Wisconsin's Division III. Finch now up 4-1. That's taking place on mat number 3. Mat number 4, Warwick up 2-0, but has Knoll in a compromising position, to say the least. Must have hit him with a spladle or something. Now up 4-0. And just looking to end it with a pin here. Probably going to try to put a Knoll in a Saturday night ride. We're on mat number 6. We have Brandon Ross of Caledonia, Houston, 12-0 senior. He's up 2-0 on Ryan Stimmitz of Zumbrota Mazeppa. So little Minnesota on Minnesota action. Ross up 2-1 there. I'll make that 4-1 now. Mat number 9, looks like Quentin Bethauser up 6-0 on Jacob Munson in some consolation action. Mat number 10, 0-0 match there. Looks like that just started, or 2-0 now. Dalen Haney of Lacrosse Wrestling just got down over Nick Stitzer of Riverdale. Hastings, Minnesota, currently first in the overall team standings with 84. Luxembourg with 82. Zumbrota with 77.5. Iowa Grand Highland fourth with 75.5, and Holman is 5th with 72. So we're starting to see points add up a little bit now, Steve, as guys start to, if they make the quarterfinals, they clinch that top 12 spot, so they get 2 placement points.
Yeah, I'd like to see what happens if Easton wins here. Oh, he's only up? I shouldn't jinx it here. He's up. Oh, it is 8-1. Okay. But that's going to be huge points right here for Luxembourg Casco. I probably see them jumping up to the number 1 team.
Oh, yeah, that'll be enough to push them over Hastings. At least.
Right.
Zumbrota Mazeppa, Lucas Shield, and Lodi's Chandler Curtis. You'll be at mat number 6.
Ooh, that'll be a big one. Chandler Curtis.
Around 130. On mat number 7, looks like we got a tie match up there. That's Jesse Pinky of Aquinas and Brooks Krause of Athens. Looking for a couple more championship matches. Mat 6, Ross up 5-1 now at the start of the second period, looking to make it 7-1 after that beautiful double leg.
Kind of crazy. Athens has 2 kids here in the tournament, and they were both just wrestling on mats right next to each other.
They really only have, oh, wow. So they were getting a pin situation on mat number 1. That is Cameron Beck of Hudson.
Hard to see.
Mat number 6. Wow. Ross. It looks like Shield gets a stall warning here. Steve, you got to assume Curtis's plan of attack has to be escape and takedown, right?
Quick escape.
Takedown.
Yep. Quick escape. Got to get out quick.
Well,
there he's got his one.
There's the quick
got
escape.
Nice. And Shield's been warned for stalling, so he can press forward here. Wow, look at that. That's got to be. Like, can't you just step over that?
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm like,
Oh, and he got it!
Head
2!
throw.
No, that's 2!
Doesn't get the takedown yet.
And he gave it to him. He's got to hold on or he's going to.
No, Shio got the takedown.
Wow.
Chandler Curtis, oh man.
Jeez.
I thought he was gonna, that was a sneaky head throw. That's the 2 seed going down, Steve.
Wow. You know, you'd think when he was sprawled out like that, you almost could have just stepped over him. But
hey, sudden victory, Mat 4.
Here we go,
Sudden
Mat 4,
victory.
tune in.
Andrew Weiss, Holman, Jackson Pernot, Mount Horeb.
They keep putting all the good matches right on 4 and 6 here.
Weiss coming in. I think he's the 10 seed. Yep, Pernot the 7 seed.
7-10. Oh, nice drive. Out of bounds. Nope. T got introduced to my forearm during that Chandler Curtis match.
Yeah. That was such an awkward position that we saw, though.
Wow.
Oh, Weiss ripping
another
a head throw on his
headlock.
own. Needs to be careful, though. Holds on to it. Gets the takedown. Probably
And
going to get
pin.
the
Yep. Weiss with the fall goes into the quarters. We'll see him tonight. That's tough. 2 good wrestlers right there.
So Weiss and Shield. So that's pretty much 132 is set here. Going back, checking out some of the action around. Mat 6, we have Gabe Galang of Wausau West and Tanner Paulson of Belmont Platteville. Looks like that one's 50 seconds in over there. Mat number 8, Brady Kruger and Evan Wolf. Kruger, sophomore out of Port Washington. Wolf, a 16-1 senior out of West Salem. That's our 138-pound round of 16 matchup. We got Tanner Anderson back up here, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
Over on mat number 1. Anderson up 9-3 right now on Ben Murray of Zumbrota Mazeppa.
Ronsman's up on 5. He's up 5-0 on 5.
Six. Looks like Galang did get the first takedown there as they have a break in the action.
Mat 4, Creed Peterson from Hastings. Love that first name, Creed. Wrestling Dean Finney from Lodi. Ronsman's up 7-0 now over Bo Yeager from Goodhue.
Yeah, he's quickly racking up points down there. Man, what a round for Luxembourg. I'm going to double check here real quick, but they have 4 wrestlers right now who are in the quarterfinals.
Jeez. Who's their fourth? I'm missing. Well, I mean, I'm counting Ronsman.
Oh, I'm not counting Ronsman yet. Not jinxing them.
Wait.
No.
So they have 4, not even including Ronsman?
Yeah. They have Delabrew, Waracek, Isaac Jarabic, and Jake Jandrin.
Jeez. Yeah, I don't know, Teague. That I know you already called your shot with Amory, but Luxembourg Casco is a solid. I mean, they might not have the. Well, I shouldn't say not the studs, but not the big boys like Amory has. But these guys are tough.
You know, I will live and die by the Amory call, but man, Luxembourg.
They look good. They look good.
I think when it comes to that duel, if it happens, actually, real quick before we talk about hypotheticals, Matt number 2, round of 16, Isaac Blocker of Caledonia, Houston, Preston Cradaville of Holman. Looks like Blocker's up, or it's 2-2 heading into the second. Amory is going to get bonus points from 170 to heavyweight.
Oh.
It's a matter of Luxembourg's going to need to pour it on at the lower weights, and there's going to be a couple of swing matches in there. But it's just tough to get more bonus points than Amory. That's what it's going to come down to. But I know if that day comes, Luxembourg's coaches and their team's going to be prepared for that moment.
They'll figure it out.
And
well, Luxembourg Casco doesn't have a 95-pounder listed. I'm assuming they have somebody. They just didn't bring him here.
Well, whoever that person is in a duel would face Cale Hopke.
Yeah, that's true. And Amory doesn't have a lot of freedom. They can't do much with Cale Hopke, right? I mean, he's got to wrestle there.
Yeah. It's a good problem.
Jeez.
Mat number 6 looks like that's a 3-0 in favor of the junior from Wausau West. Gabe Galang, he's had a good first half of his high school career so far. Excited to see how he progresses these next couple of years. Having a good tournament.
Mat 10, tied up.
Caleb Miller and Cole White.
Looks like it just ended.
Oh, yep.
It was tied up for a second. Now we got a new match going on. Jacob Ward is up. Riley Wanick from Riverdale. There's that Wanick again we were talking about.
Ward up a 4-0 there.
Wanick is a.
Oh, man. That
hurts. Ward's got a banana splits going on Wanick. But Wanick, we were first 2 matches we've realized is that he is a kind of a, I don't want to say slow starter, but he's methodical, right? He's always in a match, so he's gritty. Ward's got the lead here, but this match is by far not over.
And not to discredit the first 2 wrestlers that Wanick faced, but I think Ward's a little bit of a different breed than.
Could be. Could be.
Wow, Jacob Ward's just cradle hunting out there. I mean, obviously it's working out in his favor. Mat number 10, round of 16 matchup here. Tyler Yan of Holman, Tucker Ginther, Caledonia, Houston. Combined record of 23.
Oh, tight one on 6.
Oh, must have been a Granby or something there.
Yeah, had a Pearson roll. So Paulson's going to go up on this one. He's going to be up 2. He's going to get the 2 reversal, and then he looks like he's at least got 3 near fall.
So that'll be what, 7-3 after that?
7-3, yep. Did he give him 3? Yep. 7-3.
Wow, that's huge for the senior out of Belmont Platteville.
Third period. Well, he's got a lot of work to do here.
Mat number 7. We have a lot of championship matches going on now. Connor Gorski of Baraboo and Brady Shue of Monroe. Badger matchup, Mat 7. Brady Kruger and Evan Wolf in an 11-8. Kind of turned into a shootout over there on mat number 8. And mat number 10, Jan and Ginther, knotted up at 0-0 heading into the second period. Wow, that was a huge move. I'm sad I missed it a little bit, but that was awesome by, is it Paulson? Yeah,
Yep.
Paulson of Belmont Platteville. That just completely swung the match there.
Mat 2. Cradaville's getting near fall.
And that's just how Preston Cradaville operates. His feet isn't the strongest phase of his game, but once he gets on the mat, especially in that second and third period,
It's getting near fall.
he just pours it on. Wow, Paulson just really
Pouring it on. Shu and Gorski are 4-2 now.
looks like Preston Cradaville will advance to the quarterfinals.
Shu and Gorski are not conference anymore. Monroe did move to the Rock Valley.
Oh, they did, in
Yep.
wrestling they did?
They did, yep.
I didn't know if that was just a football or.
Oh, actually, you want to know what? I'll have to check. I'm
there was
pretty
a big football conference realignment.
Yeah, and I think wrestling they moved as well.
The 138 bracket starting to come to fruition here. Preston Cradaville versus Max Ronsman.
I just start thinking of these. Oh,
Did that match happen? So Ronsman beat Cradaville 7-0 at the Spartan duels,
Okay.
but we're seeing a different iteration of both wrestlers for sure.
absolutely. Early in the year, right? That was first week.
Yep.
First week of competition.
And a lot of things, and I'm not just saying that for Cradaville's behalf. I mean, both teams have really good coaches.
Oh, nice duck under for Gavin Drexler.
Oh, yeah, Gavin Drexler on mat number 2. Highly recommend going over to mat number 2 before it ends. It's Gavin Drexler versus Logan Henningsen of Winona Cotter.
Jeez.
And little something about Logan Henningsen. Gavin Drexler, I think he beat Henningsen's older brother, Ryan Henningsen, in the bi-state finals 2 years ago, Steve.
Jeez. This is, he's just fat, and he's going to what, NDSU to wrestle? North Dakota State?
I believe so.
Look at that. Tight. Kind of a
Really,
cradle.
really working for that three-quarter.
Already had an assassin in, or what's the? I thought he had a cradle in, but it was just you're right, it was 3/4.
The kid just doesn't stop.
Tight one on mat 3.
Little consolation action between Jack Dornack and Michael Sharonbrock. Mat number 9, Jacob Ward up 13-3 on Riley Wanick now. 37 seconds left in 27 seconds left in the third. I think we're still figuring out the time over there.
Yeah, it says choice.
Anyways, Tyler Jan's up 3-0 on Tucker Ginther on mat number 10.
I don't know why it says choice 2, 37 seconds.
Ward looks like he has an Okie and might try to sneak in a
Oh,
couple
no.
more near falls.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
The coaches are probably flipping out. You're up by 12. Why would you do that?
That man has no fear. 145 pounds, Matt 8. Looks like Tristan Theory of Luxembourg and Landon Hole of Stanley Boyd squaring off. Remember, this is the second consolation round that we are watching. If you win this round of consolation, you get 2 more matches tonight. Is he going to try to hold on?
Call for stalling.
It's got to be
Maybe he was
against,
just holding on a little
it's got
too
to be
much.
against Flaggy, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
red. I think he kind of threw a leg in, was just kind of holding on. That's what the ref was saying. Fall straight ahead on mat 6. Toma wrestler, I believe, got it. No, it was not.
It was Eastfuel. It's Brad Kelly, 6-2, now 7-2 senior Oh, wow. Flaggy got some near fall there to make it 7-4, and that was huge. Now, Manning going to try to go for a reversal, but at that
Too little, too late.
juncture in the game, yeah, maybe you got to try to just get the escape and go for a takedown. Man, these Aquinas guys, they know how to ride, man. That just changed the complexion of that whole match near the end.
Yep, Pinky's up 10-1. That'll be a good sectional battle.
So Aquinas is in Regional 1. We both picked them to win their regional. Ithaca Weston's in Regional 2. So that could be a potential team sectional battle that we see there. Also, Steve, I'm just going to use my resources to my advantage. We have Minnesota people behind us. I'm going to ask them which Minnesota school has the furthest drive here.
All right, you bet. Tied up match on mat 4, Henning and Anderson. Anderson from Hudson, Henning from New Richmond, period 3. Mat 4, that's consolation round. Good consolation round match going on mat 8. Corey Scanlon's up again. Mat 6. The Connor Combs, Wausau West goes ahead and puts Quentin McDonald on his back from Wakana Falls right off the get-go. There's no time taken off the clock. Feet to back. Less than 20 seconds in, he was already at 5-0. Well, you know what? I'm going to say Luxembourg-Casco has a further drive than Sheboygan Falls because they're up in the thumb a little bit more. Sorry, that was a.
I was right, Steve.
You were.
I was right. It's not a Minnesota school. It's Luxembourg-Casco.
I suppose I just made a comment that nobody else heard you talking to them, and I did, and then everybody heard me say, "No, I bet you Luxembourg-Casco has a longer ride because they're up in the thumb."
Wow, why is that Steve guy talking to himself again?
You know,
the only thing that throws me off though is Lake Winnebago. Like, does that?
No, it doesn't affect it. Sheboygan, because Sheboygan Falls, you can go straight underneath the.
They just got to hop over to 151 or what?
Now, how you're calling the area, you know the area. I know that area well. You can just easily get around Winnebago, unless you're like in Chilton, Hilbert. Then you got to go around the lake. Sheboygan Falls, you can just pop right around it.
I'm pulling up a Wisconsin map.
Yep. Luxembourg-Casco can cross on over on 29 and pop down if they want. You got a Holman boy up on mat 2.
Well, we got 152. It's Parkerville. Parkerville. Not so little anymore now that he's a senior, but currently up 4-1 on Carter Callis of Bayport. I'll need to check here. I wonder if they have – no, because Cradaville beat Jacob Ward earlier in the year.
Brozinski up, mat 7. Against Dylan Kirsch from Stratford. Brozinski. Oh, he already won.
All right, you're right. Sheboygan is just south of Lake Winnebago, so.
Brozinski, I can't even find him, and it's because he's off the mat already.
I think 152 is pretty much set, Steve. Zane Licht of Lodi versus Makai O'Reilly tonight in the quarterfinals. Ashton Meese of Riverdale and Joe Pinky of Aquinas. Parker Cradaville of Holman. Trenton Dow of Stoughton. Man, Holman-Stoughton matches never gets old for me.
Now, tonight they'll keep the championships on a certain mat, correct? Or will it be anyway?
Tonight, yes, the matches will be taking place on 3, 5, 6, and 8.
3, 5, 6, kind of like a little Z, huh?
Yes.
All right. I like it. As long as I can focus.
It's like a little Tetris piece.
There you go. was just thinking that. I was going to say a Z. That was a good call. Tetris piece. Dozo Marshfield's up 4-1 over Tristan Taylor from Pulaski. Oh, he's got like a cradle in.
Might get a switch battle here, Steve, on mat 5. Instead, Doziel just powering into Taylor. Who's that on 170? Oh, I think that's some consolation action. Oh, yeah, is that a cradle we see? I don't really know what's going on, to be honest, from my vantage point.
He put a cradle in on him. And
but Ruthio, he had an arm out. Yep, you got to keep that arm under control if you're going to cradle someone.
Ruthio gets, would he get 2 reversal? And then some near fall, I'm assuming.
All right, getting into 170 action now. I think I forgot if I said this earlier, Steve. Luxembourg, first team to break 100 points. Right now they are at a hundo. Holman is at 98 points, though, right behind them.
Yeah, no kidding. Hastings is kind of taking a little drop. 3 teams have passed him since I've last looked. Iowa Grant, Holman, and ZM.
Is that a Denny? Yep, Cameron Denny, 18-0 senior versus Ian Peppel, 11-3 junior of Hastings.
Oh, look at him go.
Yeah, Denny looking to try and end the match early here.
Right to the half. Is that 195?
And that's just good chain wrestling there, Steve.
I like it. I'm a chain wrestler fanatic.
I mean, the simplest explanation for wrestling is just always improving your position, right? And what better way than chain wrestling? Mat number 3 looks like Clark's up 2-0, riding tough on Hain right now. They'll head into the second.
Another Luxembourg Casco wrestler.
Over on mat 8.
Yep, Ithaca Weston, David Fargan.
Oh, that's a Travis Shane back. That
That makes things even more interesting as we check out the Northern Badger. Amory slips to 4th place.
Yeah, you have to guess in a hypothetical duel they keep Shane back at 82 because that's Amory's weak spot.
Right.
Whatever. If you want to call Grant Cook a weak spot, then.
Verona wrestler, I think, coming up on mat 4. Championship round it is. Blake Thury, freshman from Prairie du Chien against the senior from Verona, Kale Wozniak. (13-0) freshman is Blake Thury from PDC. 15-3. Wozniak has 3 losses, 3 pretty tough, pretty solid losses, if you will.
Man, I just can't get over the round Luxembourg's been having.
Pretty darn good, yeah. Aquinas as well. He's got to move them. Yeah, you're right. Iowa Grant's got to be having a good wrestle back on the backside because Aquinas has more guys in the quarters, but Iowa Grant's just got to have more guys going on.
Over on mat 2, we have Brock Connolly of Sparta and Alec Weinbender of Caledonia, Houston. Connolly up 5-1 there. Oh, looks like we're getting into a little bit of 195 now here, Steve. New match starting on mat 3. That's a little consolation action. Tyler Mayhew of Middleton and Tristan Miller of Mount Horeb of Barneveld.
Kyle Schmidt, DC Everest with the pin on mat 9. Tied up match on competition on 7. Consolation round. Noah Johnson, Lodi, and Aaron Davis from Richland Center, just like that. Noah Johnson takes the lead, 7-5. Working that Lodi cradle.
Hey, you're on mat number 5. Jed, we talked about Ithaca Weston having a tough round. Right now, Jed Scallon up 4-1 on Jed Scallon versus Jack Callan. That's like oddly similar.
Yeah, I'll let you take that one.
Different names, but close enough.
Close match on mat 6 at 182 pounds with a Luxembourg Casco wrestler.
Ezra Wage and Tyler Kreiser.
So that's a kid, though. I mean, if you look at him right there, 15-8. You know, does he have the potential to wrestle a Hopkey and not, you know what I mean, and not get pinned?
I mean, like we talked about, Steve. They're good enough coached where they'll find a way to prevent as many bonus points as possible. But also on the same note, especially since we're in this part of Wisconsin, there are a few other teams in the area that definitely would like to have a say in.
Excellent point.
Obviously, Luxembourg is making a very strong case for themselves right now, but it's a deep team class this year. I think there's Amory and Luxembourg, and then everyone else is not far behind.
PDC.
Yep. Well, even Evansville and Lodi right now, they just look like they've had strong wrestling all season. And Steve, I had to do a little tracking here, but Travis Shanebeck from Luxembourg, I think he came in as the 10 seed. He went 0-2 at the Minnesota Christmas tournament last week, and talk about kind of maybe that gave him a spark or something, because he's been on an absolute tear. Now winning by fall 27 seconds, fall in 450, and then 7-2 to make it to the quarters. But going 0-2 one weekend, and then now you're placing top 12 at Bi-State next week, and that's the progression of Luxembourg wrestlers that we're used to.
Because if you go 0-2 at a tournament in Luxembourg, they drop you off in Green Bay and they make you walk home.
Make you jog,
That's
yeah.
right. Jog behind the bus.
You'll be on mat number 6, Castro, Evansville, 195 pounds, mat number
Theory and Wozniak. Theory's up 5-1 on mat 4.
Think there's anyone at home who's watching the streams on like multiple screens and they have like 3 or 4 different mats up?
We can only hope. Sloan Welch, the junior from Auburndale on mat 1. There's a score there. I think it's 2-1. He's up 2-1 over Will Neihart from South St. Paul.
It's about midway through the match there. At 4, Theory now up 5-1 on Wozniak of Verona. That's it's like the Prairie du Chien freshman holding on pretty strong over there. Well, now 3-5 in favor of Wozniak. I'm pretty sure Cale Wozniak wrestled sectionals at 138 2 years ago. he had quite the growth spurt.
Wozniak is running a half, running a cradle. Third period, he's got to get a turn here.
I thought maybe he was going to try to go for 2 more quick takedowns. Well, there it is.
Yeah, but you got to do it quick. It's
a tall order that he set up for himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unless he
nice.
can take him
Fireman's
his
to a
back.
Kelly.
Oh, he's got to do it again, though. That's the. Yeah.
You got to go, young man.
Coach is upset a little bit. 6-6, Teague.
Yeah, the stall call made it 6-6 going into sudden victory.
That's tough. I suppose he was laying there flat, but
Wozniak coming into this one ranked 9th at 182 pounds.
overtime. I'm sorry, sudden victory, I should say. I don't want to get corrected.
I think they both work. No, they both work.
It says overtime on here. That's why I get confused.
No, I don't think there's a wrong answer there, Steve.
OT, baby. Wozniak's obviously got the he's the aggressor right now, and he's got momentum on his side because he was the one that came from behind to tie it up. Both wrestlers hands on the hip, though. How are we doing on mat 1? Sloan Welch up 5-1 now.
7-1.
7-1.
Yeah,
Wozniak's in on that single. Oh, he hit
wow.
it. Oh, no, nothing yet.
Theory a little high, though.
And that
has to be.
Ref blew the whistle. No continuation.
That's a freshman out there on mat 4.
Yep.
Wow, that's just can't get over that. You guys might need to come up during the summer, check out the bluffs here.
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah, a lot of beautiful area.
Also, a quick half-hour reminder, if you do like the stream, remember, a lot of people put in a lot of work, spent a lot of money to make this stream happen so you could watch it for free. Please donate if you're enjoying the product, because a lot of work was put into that.
Absolutely. And a shout-out, T. Can we promote our Instagram and Facebook pages? Go ahead and like those. I mean, you can check out our podcast as well on a lot of different avenues. WisconsinWrestling.com has our podcast. You can click on it on there.
Pretty much anywhere you can listen to a pod. Yeah, yep. iTunes, Stitcher. Not on Pandora for some reason, but I don't know who listens to podcasts on Pandora. But no, I don't know how many people are listening, are fans of the podcast. But if you happen to be also, then thank you for the support. We've been getting a lot of it, especially this last month or two, and it definitely makes the job easier for sure, knowing that you have people that are enjoying what you put out. And plus the interaction with the listeners I love it, Steve.
It's great. Yeah, we're getting a good fan base. People are. I showed up last night in the ref meeting, the seating meeting, and the refs were talking about the podcast preview of the bi-state. They said, "Oh yeah, Jason, somebody picked one of your guys," and I'm standing right there.
Hey,
nobody knew it was me until Jason pointed me out. He goes, "Oh yeah, that's that guy right there."
Smart picks up the pin there on mat number 2.
Caden Hooker is up. Championship round, mat 5. Wrestling Wyatt Johnson from Medford.
Double Minnesota match here. Aiden Getzinger, 10-2 junior of Holman. He's up 7-3 on Cody Lohman of Goodhue. Got the Minnesota match up there. Sorry, Dr. Pepper came back up out of nowhere.
Caden Hooker must have already, I didn't even see it here, mat 5. Must have got the fall.
That's a good assumption. Yeah. Yeah, because he was falling 129. Hey, Austin LaFleur on mat 10.
How do you find those results so fast? Oh, you got the brackets up.
I have the brackets, but it shows the dashboard as well. Yeah. Austin LaFleur from Hastings, my personal championship pick. I think he is the 8 seed still.
Team score, Luxembourg Casco 108, Holman 107.
Yeah, so LaFleur is the 8 seed. He's wrestling a Wyatt Rip right now of Lodi over on mat number 10. Finished 4th at Minnesota Christmas tournament last weekend. So only 2 losses on the year here. Like we talked about a little bit on the podcast, Steve, Minnesota guys come in. They don't exactly have the same resume of like Wisconsin wrestlers. Or they don't have the head-to-head, I should say, so they don't always get that seeding advantage. That's why we see guys like Austin LaFleur at the 8 seed.
That's right. Cal DeRoda now up 4-1 over Will Friedman from Pulaski. DeRoda is just I don't know his 2 losses to our Teague, if you could do some work on that, but he's a beast of a man. I suppose when you get to practice with Ryan Allen every day,
That'll
that can happen.
That'll help. Ryan Allen, Iowa Grant Highland head coach. How many is it? 4-time?
He was a 3-time national champ, and he was a 4-time finalist.
Not bad.
Not bad. He's probably one of the most laid-back dudes ever.
Oh my gosh, I really enjoyed, I really enjoyed our conversation with him.
I liked his Curtis Fiedler takes, though. That was pretty good. Right in front of us on mat 5.
I think we're getting a pin there from a West Salem wrestler.
You want to take a shot at the Cuba City Southwestern Benton?
John Walkershauser.
Walkershauser, nice. Nice, better than I would have done.
I saw a championship match there for. All right, LaFleur up 1-0 now in the second period. Mason Wells, he's up at 2-0. Looks like he got a quick takedown there. That's over on mat number 9. So,
Cashton Evansville on mat 6, consolation match going on.
And for teams like Evansville, these consolation matches are still huge.
Mat 10 is a tight period 2.
Yeah, LaFleur just got taken down by Rip there. 8 versus 9 matchup.
I want to say, was there a slam that just happened? I want to say, was there a slam that just happened?
Something
stopped.
Something sounded like a slam.
Yeah, he stopped the match. I can't see the green over there. Does that say 2 to? It is 2-1.
Mm-hmm.
Start of the second. Okay, so that makes sense. Maybe got a reversal. Oh, and Rip goes to his back. One swipe. Oh, don't turn in. I think he had 2 separate counts for near fall, so it was not 2 near fall.
LaFleur working that arm bar. Oh, making a double. Oh, nice job using his pressure there.
Sit through.
Making those small adjustments. I think he got some near fall out of that.
At least 2.
Well, it looks like we found Austin LaFleur's specialty.
That's the arm bar.
Hey, I just got a shout out. Braden Saint sent us a message.
Nice. Braden Saint, where is he at? Tell him to get over here.
I don't know if he's here because I think he's listening on the stream here.
Oh.
Said we're doing a decent job.
Oh, just decent?
Oh, well, no, he said we're doing.
Oh.
I didn't want to like.
Oh, prop us up too much?
Yeah. He must know that you're a big Saint Brother fan.
Oh, I love the Saint brothers.
Hey, it looks like we got a Stone wrestler getting a win over there on mat number 5. That is Beckett Spildy. How many Spildies are there in Stone? That's got to be number 3 or 4, I think.
That have come through.
Mat number 2, championship action. Carson Westcott of Holman and Teague Perkins of Richland Center. Little torn there, Steve. Got Holman versus my namesake, so it's a different spelling. So
Calderota with a tech fall.
in the round, wow, he is just rolling right now.
Did you check out who his losses were? 17-2.
Oh, I did not yet.
Right,
No.
I can take a quick.
Oh, Steve, I found out you can click on their names on the dashboard too.
Oh, can you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do a quick 4 runs. Oh, I got it.
All right.
I'm racing you to it.
You got it. It's you.
Oh, he got 4th at Badger State. Wow, it looks like he lost 5-2 to Jackson Mankowski and then got pinned by Jack Schweitzer.
Ah,
If I had to guess, I feel like he wasn't 100% just because,
seeing him
not
here.
to discredit the other 2, but the way he's wrestling today,
It's a different kid, right?
I don't think that's yeah.
Well, and I think, how do I say this right, Teague? I think when I was in high school, losses. I'm trying to say this the right way. Losses meant more, right? I think you had. Nowadays, coaches go after competition so much that they get a loss and it's not as big a deal, right? Like, okay, we went after. So we know Clayton Whiting is rather large.
So we got a pin over on mat number 3. That's Ron White, heavyweight from Holman, getting another win in the consolation round.
Big win. That's a fall for Griffin Empey.
All right, now we got 5 teams in the hundreds here, Steve. Wausau West moved their way up to number 6 overall. Hastings, Minnesota is 7th with 96. Top 5, though, Aquinas and Iowa Grant Highland tied at 103. Zumbrota Mazeppa 3rd with 105.5. Luxembourg 2nd with 111. And Holman, I think with that win not even included, they have 114.
2 takedown.
Must have been a big over on Matt.
Got a couple vacant mats starting as this round comes to an end. Mat 3 is now vacant.
Mat number
nice.
5. Looks like that is Adrian Kruger of Marshfield, currently up 1-0 on Miles Paulson of DC Everest. Little Wisconsin Valley action there, Steve, right here in La Crosse.
Belmont Platteville wrestler Porter Monderano.
Calling it a bad decision by any means. I would just like to ask the coaches like what the thought process was going into that.
Probably because he can ride the you-know-what out of most kids, right?
Yeah.
Out of bounds, good call.
Hines, just kind of a different breed, though.
16 seconds gone, 14 to go. Needs one more 15-second burst. And he has not been warned, so right, he can back up. He can give that stalling. He can probably give 2 of them, right? I mean, he can give up a point here. 5 seconds left. Hines is going to go total defense, and he's on to the semis.
Wow, that was an interesting finish to the match. I can't.
Mite's up 9-0. Spurley is up for Dodgeville.
Hey, double Dodgeville wrestlers right now.
Double D.
Looks like over on I think Spurley's tied right now. That's on mat 6, correct, Steve? Oh, you mean he's up? Like he's up wrestling? I thought you meant he's up in the score. But no.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he's up. Like I know he's up on the match. He's not up winning. He's up. Like, hey, Teague, you're up on mat 8.
And Steve, that match on mat number 6, that is going to be a barn burner. You have Reed Spurley from Dodgeville, who last year was injured most of the season, but had a great offseason on the national level. Currently ranked 3rd. And oh man, lost track of my bearings for a sec. Currently ranked 3rd in Division II at 120. Blake Beitzel from Hastings comes in, ranked 1st in a AAA Minnesota. Just keep in mind, AAA Minnesota is like Division I Wisconsin, the largest school. AA Minnesota, Division II, Single A Minnesota, Division I Wisconsin.
Yep, took fifth last year at 106 pounds in that same division.
Beitzel was a Christmas tournament champion at 106, and we had Josh Raymond, who does a Minnesota wrestling podcast. We had him on our show for the preview. Says he thinks Beitzel might have either had a hard time making 106 or he might have made space for his brother who's wrestling at 106, but either way, safe to say he's a good wrestler at 113 as well.
Ackman Sudduth on mat 3.
And that should be a good match too. Train Ackman, the number 1 seed in this tournament. Looks like he got the early takedown, or about a minute into the period. 55 seconds left in the first there.
Bortz and Pankratz up on mat 5, 120 pounds.
And on mat number 8, we have Thaddeus Sigmund of Medford and Ryan Bortz of Goodhue. I think we have both Bortz brothers. I'm going to guess brothers. Have both Bortz brothers wrestling right now on mats 5 and mat 8.
Yeah, Lucas Bortz not ranked, but took 8th at 106 pounds at the Bi-States in 2019, 2 years ago, right? So obviously he's tough. Surprised he's not ranked. I mean, you place at the Bi-State, you should be ranked, right? Pankratz is, I've never seen him. I shouldn't say never. I watched him last year, D2, barely. A lot going on. I don't specifically remember pointing him out, but he's a gritty wrestler.
Might have a takedown here on mat number 3. Sudduth had Ackman's leg in the air. Sorry to cut you off there.
Oh, that's right. All I was going to say is Pankratz, what I've noticed is a lot of his matches are close. His MO is let's keep the matches close. Yeah, no, this is a good match down here on mat 3. I'm glad you cut me off. Ackman and Sudduth. Sudduth, 120 pounds. He's ranked 7th, so we got number 1 and number 7. Different divisions, but 1-7 going at it. Ackman is a 3-time state qualifier. He's taken 3rd, 5th, and was a qualifier in 2019.
Man, that Sudeth Ackman match, pretty big. Sudeth is a very strong 8 or 9 seed, and this as evidenced by the score right now. Looks like we do get our first score over on mat number 6. Beisel did get the escape. Spurley does have Beisel in that front head right now. And Steve, you asked me earlier about stylistic differences between Minnesota and Wisconsin. Minnesota guys seem like they are very comfortable with that front head position. I kind of talked about that head hunting, but they are aggressive there. As you can tell, Beisel just staying comfortable there. But now Spurley in on a double. We'll see if he can climb up the hips. Beisel looking to maybe turn into a scrambling position, but I was guessing he was probably going to bail out there. Huge takedown for Spurley to make it 2-1. We do have blood time, but
blood time.
You know, Steve, you always say great wrestlers score at the end of periods. It's exactly what Spurley did there, but now Beisel gets one chance to maybe explode out, get an escape of his own here. Over on mat number 8, looks like that is 2-0 in favor of the senior from Goodhue. So Lucas Bortz and Ryan Bortz, both seniors, so takedown and a reversal in the first 40 seconds.
Yep, the number 3 and 4 ranked wrestlers, different divisions. Dolata and Sarbacher are. Dolata took 6th last year at 126 pounds in Division 2. Sarbacher took 5th at 113 pounds in Division 1. Scores 3-2 already, and we're 1 minute in.
Wow, Warachek now down 4-6, looking to get some near fall of his own.
He's tough with that half.
Yeah, he had that bar. He had a bar there too. Let me tell you, the guy does not quit on turns. Steve, we have
got Koenig up, mat 3.
I think Beckett was a finalist. Ross was a state champion. Warachek state champion. Rhett Koenig from Prairie du Chien state champion. I believe we have 3 state champs wrestling right now. That's Rhett Koenig on mat 3, our newest coming in here. 132 pounds. He's 13-1. Has won state twice, so knock on wood, but could potentially
That's
win
2.
4 state titles. Yeah, mat number 6. God, we got to keep the action on there now. It's hard to stay focused on all this.
Yep, should be 7. Well, it should be 7-6 now, 8-6 because he gave him 1 escape.
Man, these Luxembourg guys just keep grinding, and the Hastings kids, they wrestle tough too. So, going to be interesting to see what comes of the match. I don't know, Steve. Has there been any stalling in this? I guess judging by the action right now, I don't think so.
You would hope not.
Warachek with that fireman to a Kelly.
Oh.
Bainbridge sneaking in a leg, though.
No, that's no control because Warachek has his left arm over his leg.
Warachek sneaking the head out.
He's out backside. That's got to be 2 points.
That's 2 for Warachek.
Now what do you do here, Teak? 30 seconds left. Do you ride him tough?
Oh,
no, he's going to let him go.
For the win here. We're going to get some fireworks. Bainbridge up 9-8.
Warachek moving. There's our first warning of stalling.
He did.
Oh.
Wow, Bainbridge with the shot.
And he gave him 2.
I don't think Warachek was expecting that.
I don't think he was. And
Atlanta.
I think he used his whole gas tank. He just
the freshman out of Hastings
takes down
with the takedown to make it 11-8. Looks like there was a penalty point in there somewhere, making it 11-9.
1 second left.
Wow, what a finish. Like down on mat 5. Sarbacher up 7-2 now after a tie match.
Brandon Ross up 4-3 on Chase Beckett. Portage. That was a great match, Teague. I was going to say I could watch more like that, but I have a feeling I'm going to see him.
Hastings crowd behind us getting pretty amped up for their wrestler, making it to the semis.
In a consolation. No, this is a quarterfinal. Oh, no, jeez.
Yep.
I'm looking at score. Anyway, we're not even going to go there. Like, look at that score, 11-10. Oh, that's one we were watching.
Over on mat number 3 here, we have Rhett Koenig. We kind of brought up earlier, but that match that was going on earlier took precedence. like we said, Koenig, 2-time state champ, trying to join the 4-time state champ club. He's up 7-1 right now.
Ross goes up 6-3 over Chase Beckett. Chase Beckett looks like he's getting a reversal. Should be 2. Only about 30 seconds left. He's got to let him go. Ross goes up by 2. Beckett's going to need a takedown to tie it.
And look at Ross staying on the offensive even though he's up right now.
Doing a good job pushing the action.
Beckett in on a shot there though.
10 seconds left. Got to work quick.
You have to wonder maybe, we've seen it a few times today. Wonder if Ross will maybe going for a quick shot on the leg. Said Beckett gets in.
Beckett's in.
That treetop, that's hard to score quick from that position. I think Ross might hang on for the win here.
And he does.
Just don't think Beckett had enough left in the gas tank. He was out all last year though. Oh man, Chase Beckett probably going to get a couple wins there on the backside of the bracket.
Taryn Riley's up, Mineral Point. And Caden Linder from Iowa Grant. Caden Linder. First period, 138 pounds. Taryn Riley and Caden Linder, Iowa Grant Highland. So we got a little conference battle going on here.
So Rhett Koenig picks up the win on mat number 3. He'll be advancing to the semifinals. And here we go, Steve. We are going to start
15-3 from Ithaca Weston. That's who was going against Ryan Rambo. Go those big boys, that's what's going to happen, right?
Yep.
I mean, one guy, probably both of them were going for it. Ryan Rambo came out on top. So we got one more a quarterfinal on mat 8, I believe, and then that will go to wrestlebacks as well. Go ahead, Teague.
Oh, yeah, Clayton Whiting at 182, the 1 seed, taking on Gabe Tupper of Zumbrota Mazeppa.
Nottestad with the win.
So Nottestad gets the win. Top 2 seeds advancing at heavyweight. Bottom of the 182-pound bracket, Sloan Welch, who won that great sudden victory match. He's facing off against Gibbons of Pulaski. Well, it looks like we have another feet-to-back situation. Hey, that's Jay Hansen of Verona.
I tell you, 30 seconds into the match, both kids were going after it. 2 bucks trying to establish dominance, and Jay Hansen wins.
Steve, that could have passed as a semi. Keep in mind, everyone winning these consolation matches, if you win tonight and you're on the consolation side, you still need to win one more match tomorrow to place top 12. So we have the ever-famous blood round tomorrow morning to see who places. If you had a wrestler that you were rooting for that lost in the quarterfinals, they won't be wrestling until the second consolation round tomorrow, but they are for sure placing. If they made it to the quarters, they're for sure placing top 12. Updating you on the action here real quick. Looks like we have a tie match on mat number 1. A lot of close matches all the way around. Just running through scores here. 3-3 on mat 1, 0-0 on mat 2, 3-1 on mat 3. Knotted up at 0 on 4. Mat 5 is 2-0. Mat 6 is 6-3. Mat 7 is 2-0. Mat 8 is 2-1. Mat 9 is 0-0. Mat 10 is 2-0. All right, we got Steve back on the mic. Steve, I'm going to take a quick 30-second breather as well. I was just updating the logistics of what matches are being wrestled tonight and tomorrow, how that's all working out. Oh, wait, sorry, I muted you for a second.
Let me get this straight here. Guys that just lost do not have to wrestle tonight, right?
Guys who lost in the quarterfinals wrestle their first match tomorrow.
And they'll take on the winners of this match.
Nope, so consolation-wise, If you win tonight, we have the blood round tomorrow. The winners of the blood round will face the losers of the quarterfinals.
Okay, I'm going to take a look at a bracket here so I can see this.
And I can go more in depth. I'll be with you in like 30 seconds here.
I have not ever worked a tournament with a 64. You can go ahead, Teak. I've never worked a tournament with a 64-man bracket. Familiar with 32? This is just a big, huge tournament. So these guys tonight. Okay, I'm getting the steps here as far as what's happening. Okay. Yep, these guys will have to. So, man, holy cow, they just got to keep wrestling. These guys here tonight have to win this match and then win one tomorrow morning, and then they're
Josh Rout of Hastings.
Pin on mat 2. Was that another Marshfield wrestler?
That got a pin?
Yep. No, Verokwa.
They look similar from the front. The singlets do look similar from the front, for sure. Mat number 3 looks like we have a 5-0 match. That's between Eli McCown of Orono. Yeah, yep, Orono, I'm pretty sure. I'll get corrected if need be. And Espen Sweers of Mauston Nacita.
Who's back on mat 3 here. Wow, look at this. Orono, Eli McCown is up 5-0, and Schulte, River Valley, reverses him to his back, gets 3 near falls, stopped. I'm not for sure why.
So right now, scoreboard says 5-5.
Yep, end of the period it was.
Over on mat number 2, Steve, I have to go early Ironman Award winner. That could be a thing if they keep winning. Bo Hansen of Mineral Point lost to Formanek in the second round. Bo Hansen came in as the 4 seed, lost in the second round, so plenty of opportunities to wrestle back for him. Taking on Holman's Kyle Gerald.
This is a big match here. I mean, to think another one, to think this is a match to see who makes it to day 2, unbelievable. 170 pounds. Got my sheets all mixed up here.
It's in there somewhere.
Yeah, I don't know where it is.
5 weight class. We got the energy to make this through.
We can do this. There it is, 170 pounds.
Yeah, Bo Hansen, ranked 3rd in Division III.
And what was Gerald?
Gerald is not ranked coming into this year, just having a solid year. Started wrestling kind of late, I think 7th or 8th grade, but just one of those guys will drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak, and that he'll listen to everything and take in everything his coaches say. He works hard, and hey, right now he's in contention to make it to day 2. Has a tough battle ahead of him to do it, but currently down at 2-0 against Hansen.
Mat 3 is tied in the 3rd period.
Look at every match is within 2 points right now.
I was gonna say, I was gonna start telling you what matches to focus in on, but I can't.
5-5 on mat 3. There's that reversal you were talking about.
5-4 mat 8.
What time is that? Oh wait, 6-5 now on 8. Let's stay tuned in on mat number 8 there. We have Iowa Grant Highland, Darren Laufenberg, and Jackson So of Cuba City, Benton Southwestern. Not a whole lot of distance between those schools.
Familiar with each other, I'm sure.
Right now, looks like Laufenberg riding right now, up by 1, in a
high.
little bit of danger, and that's a reversal for
with
Soa.
10 seconds. Looks like that's the way it's going to end. 2 reversals.
Wow, what a way to make it to day 2.
The senior, Laufenberg's a good-looking sophomore.
Just quick rundown here. Mat 6 is 6-4 right now between Oliver Stevenson of Orono, Orono. I'll get that right. I was just talking to one of the parents too earlier today. That's 6-4. Over on mat number 4 though, 6-5, 130 left. So I'm going to keep my attention on those 2 mats, Steve. As we get down to the final minute, I'll nudge you or something if.
Nudge me if I'm falling asleep.
I don't think that's going to happen.
7-6 now over here on mat 3.
So right now on mat number 6, both wrestlers on their feet. Looks like Stevenson working that front head, trying to cradle it up. Think he'll at least end up getting 2 out of this. Empowering Swears over. Kind of pretty much like ended up being a cast over there. So now he's up.
Not shoot the River Valley with
he might take it. Oh, thought the referee called a quick stalemate there.
Man, that mat 2 over there.
So
Teague.
mat 4, 6-5, Steve. 13 seconds left.
Minute 40 seconds left. Bo Hansen
up 2-1. Over there on mat number 4, looks like Cole Frost of Eastview gets the takedown right to Peterson's back.
Almost the roll through.
All right, it's or oh no. Or oh no. Okay.
Or oh no.
Special thanks to Josh Raymond, one of our Minnesota correspondents.
Or oh no. There's some schools I just stopped saying.
So we have Kyle Gerald right now, the senior out of Holman, knotted up 2-2 after that stall call with senior Bo Hansen. Gerald, just like I said, Steve, the guy will not quit. I think on paper, you look at their resumes, I think a lot of people would pick Hansen, but Gerald right now proving why you got to wrestle the matches.
That's right.
As we keep rolling towards the end here of this session,
Gerald it's tied. Gerald could still get a stall call.
Geez, he is going after it. 36 seconds left.
Looks like he has plenty left in the gas tank. Bo Hansen in on a single of his own. We'll see if he can get the leg up. Nice job by Gerald.
Oh, nice
with the
back
wizard
trip.
position, and Hansen.
the third session of the Bi-State Classic. Wrestling will begin at 9.
Still needs to hold on, though, these last 20 seconds.
And semifinals.
Gerald working his way up to a quad pod. Might have enough time for one more shot. Try to maybe, I don't know how many stall calls Hansen has against him. Hansen, though, going in on the shot.
All he's got to do is hold on to that
I
leg.
think he might hold on here. And, you know, it wasn't pretty for the senior out of Mineral Point, but a win is a win. And Bo Hansen makes it on to day 2. Maybe not in the fashion he would have liked, but hey, man, tomorrow is a new day.
Oof.
16 wrestlers left in each bracket after tonight.
This year in Wisconsin.
It's crazy how all these, the matches really come closer. No blowouts. Shows you just the level of how even a lot of these wrestlers are here.
Oh, I had a nice little chin whip over on mat number. Man, I'm impressed. Going back to the stone thing real quick. 11th place overall with 7 wrestlers.
7 wrestlers.
It just goes to show you, if you have the hammers, man, you can just rack up those points.
I'm going to take a look at who 7 wrestlers, no kidding.
They have, Rivera, Sarbacher, and Empey. Chance Suddeth and Trenton Dow lost in the quarters tonight. I don't know if Beckett Spildy's still in it, but it'll be interesting to see. I think some of these teams with a few more wrestlers might jump them tomorrow, though, just given the amount of wrestlers. All right, we have, we're going to go to 6, go over to mat 8 here, Steve. 7-5 match in favor of the junior from Prairie du Chien.
40 seconds.
Gavin Kirsch of Stratford looking to keep his team in the top 10 here.
Wow, nice takedown.
Oh, sorry. So score was corrected to 6-5. Now it's 8-5 in favor of Brewer. So yeah, Beckett Spildy's still in it as well. So Stone with 6 of their 7 still wrestling. So we're getting into, we have 8 matches per weight class in this round. Looks like we're getting into 195 a little bit here. Got a 0-0 match. I think that's got a Minnesota versus Minnesota match on mat number 4. That is Cody Lohman of Goodhue And Ethan Ruskell, 7-4 senior out of Chatfield.
It's on that website. There's a stream there that people can watch.
Wozniak up 6-3 over on mat 10. Third period.
That's that Kale Wozniak.
Yep.
The cost of the stream is $0. So you can tell people to watch.
Oh yeah, well, kind of got lost in the madness there, Steve. But once again, just giving the shout out here. So this stream, if you're watching it, it is free to watch. And I know at least video-wise, the quality has been great so far. You get a chance to watch all 10 matches for free. Just know it took a lot of people, a lot of hours, and a lot of money to give everyone at home an opportunity to view all these matches. So if you do have the means, please donate to the cause. This is Holman Wrestling's biggest and best fundraiser. So like I said, feel free to donate whatever amount it is. You know, it goes to a really good cause, Steve. Always down to donate to wrestling.
Absolutely. Tied match with about 1 minute left in the third period on mat 9. Oh, 2 takedown but from the Hudson wrestler, Ethan Winkleman on cue.
From mat number 5, looks like that match just ended. That's another Hastings wrestler, Ian Peppel, making it to day 2, beating Chase Wozencraft of Pulaski. Over on mat number 1, just had a result there. Looks like Nick Trepanier of O'Connell Falls.
We're in the quarterfinals. You are still not guaranteed to play. You're guaranteed.
You're guaranteed top 12.
No, because 12:53.
That's 12:63.
Oh, gotcha.
12:63.
So the loser here. Okay, now we're good. We're
Yes.
good. All right. I'm at peace with everything now.
So, yeah, action tomorrow. We have the blood round right away. Winners of that blood round will end up facing off against some of the guys who lost the quarterfinals tonight. Also have our women's showcase. It's our biggest women's showcase yet, Steve. I'm pumped for that. Over 60 wrestlers. Was going to be 80, but unfortunately, Milwaukee Ronald Reagan did not make the cut.
Couldn't bring their 20. I did not. Where are they at? Right here? Are they leaving?
Yeah, Steve's got to get a quick photo op here.
Photo op.
Oh. All right, on mat number 5, looks like we have a new Richmond. That's Parker Stevens. He's currently down 5-0 against Jack Callan of Portage. Namesake Teague Perkins, Richland Center.
Table 4, that match should be up for you.
195. So, yeah, we are getting into the heavies now, Steve. Getting to the end of this session. The crowd clearing out a little bit. I did want to make a note, though, Steve. Some people listening at home may not know this either, but you talk about people leaving for the heavy matches. We might not even need to worry about that tomorrow because at Bi-State, we choose what the last weight's going to be for the championship.
Who chooses that?
I think we just kind of talk amongst each other and see, like, okay, let's get a feel of what we want.
Like the coaches, or are you talking more of
like the guys running Bi-State? I might get a text about it too, throw in my opinion.
Now, will they go out of order, or will they say, hey, we start at 160 and then we go in order? Or
so
they do
let's say 52 is the last weight.
Yep.
They'll start at 60.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. And I just threw 52 out as an example.
What? Yeah, right. What's your take? Just looking at them, what do you think will be the?
Where do I even start?
Right. Well, it would be cool if they could do them out of order, right? That messes with kids too much. You don't want to do that, but
usually you see it. Wait, out of order? Do you mean like if they completely like?
Oh yeah, like you start at 220, go to 106. Based on, let's say you rank them from 14 to 1 out of what you want to see.
Oh yeah.
And you could have 106 go, and then you could have 152 go. What is your take, though? I mean, if you look at it, if you had to take a guess early on.
I'm taking a.
Well, I mean,
So
granted we have semis to go yet.
I would say it doesn't happen at 106 or 113, just because they usually try to look for people with a little more of a resume or like names that have been around for longer. I know a couple of examples. There was the one year Bryce Bosman took on someone from Stratford. Oh gosh, who was the Stratford? He was one of their 3 or 4 time state champs. AJ Shanefoos.
Sure.
Team race was on the line in the last match of the tournament.
Oh my gosh.
1 year, so they kind of take like the area into account. Like we had Kalen Yan versus Hayden Crine be the last match 1 year. I think 1 year was based on someone winning their 4th title.
Maybe 170. What do you think of that one? Potential.
I like 138 would be a good match in general, regardless of who wins where.
Because 82, you don't want that to be the last match. You almost want to start there.
It might be. It would have been 45 if Drexler was going for his 4th. 52 might be interesting, especially if Joe Pinky were able to pull off on paper an upset over Zane Licht of Lodi, and it was an all-local final. I could see that maybe coming to fruition. 160. Oh man.
Third period, we got Matt 8. Tune into that one. Liam Spike, I believe it is. Evansville, Cody Wex, Marshfield.
Maybe a 182, even just close it out with Clayton Whiting. Why not?
Yep.
But I think they'll know more once they get more context on team scores, who's wrestling who tomorrow. I'm going to say 182 or 152. That's going to be my first guess. First 2 guesses.
Stoughton Wrestlers battling here. He's down 5-0. 220 right in front of us. Matt 5.
Yeah, we're down to, assuming there's not matches behind, 1, 2, 3, 7 matches left here, Steve, on the night. Steve, we're over halfway done with Bi-State. Time kind of flies by, right?
Yeah, it's definitely over half because, right, there's not as many matches tomorrow. Finals coming up quickly.
Marshfield heavyweight showing some good agility there. That's over on mat number 4. Adrian Kruger getting the escape, making it 1-0. Taking on Caden Nolte of Chatfield, who has a little bit of a size advantage. Over on 5, I think you brought him up already, but yeah, Murphy of Verona looks like he's currently up on Beckett Spildy of Stoughton.
Verona and Stoughton had to travel a couple hours to come wrestle each other, and they are about 10 miles from each other.
So Matt 2
wow.
heavyweights. Hey, we got a battle of the flow here, Steve. On Matt 2. Oh, wow.
Spieley was down 5-0 over Adam Murphy. Puts him to his back here in the fall. Wow.
Hey,
wow.
That's why you got to wrestle the full match. Stoughton faithful going crazy up at the top.
Up by the Hastings fans.
In the land.
Really?
And Reed goes there once a week during this season while he's going to school and everything.
Travels 5 hours.
One way to train. Obviously, I also heard he's a great kid, a great family. I'm not surprised by that, but the guy definitely puts in the work. In the offseason at Super 32, he beat Aiden Valencia, who kind of came in as the favorite. Valencia was coming off of a double world gold medal. And Reed, guess what Reed ended up beating him with? A bar and a half.
Bar and a half. Kind of what we're seeing right here. 1-0 right in front of us here. Did Spurley place last year? He's a sophomore,
So
right?
last year, Spurley, he wrestled for Mineral Point last year.
Okay.
Did not make it out of regionals. He was in, Mineral Point's obviously always in that very tough regional down in southwest Wisconsin. I forgot who he had. I think he might have either had Biba or Welsh from Iowa Grant Highland. And then there was a good Fenimore wrestler, too, that was in his regional bracket. So he didn't make it out there. He was kind of fighting injury all year, too. But, yeah, no, like I said, I think on the Wisconsin level, I think a lot of people know him nationally, but on the Wisconsin level, this is his first big chance to really let people know, like, hey, I'm the real deal.
Messed up here.
Carter Cali, oh, Bayport.
Oh, Bayport.
Yep.
I was thinking Pulaski. Callie's is up now 6'4".
Yeah, no, Steve, in regards to the Zumbrota Mazeppa thing yesterday, for people who were listening all day yesterday, that was an adventure that we went on.
It must be that eastern side of the state pronunciation, because that's the way I'd say it.
Over on mat number 3, that looks like Kale Wozniak of Verona. I think that's a Verona singlet.
Chatfield wrestler ties it up on mat 2. It's 6'6".
Oh, never mind. That's Atticus Mars from Verona. I think Wozniak's a little heavier for that team.
Beautiful. Carrier from Chatfield does like a neck wrench. Carter Callies from Bayport rolls through it to get 2 to go up 8-6.
And a Reed Spurley from Dodgeville winning 6-0. So Spurley and Boards tonight, Steve, has the makings of a pretty good finals match here at 113.
All right, Teague. Another Boards from Goodhue. Trayton Ackman, Spencer Catholic or Columbus Catholic. Mat 5.
Bottom side of the bracket, that is Cole Fitzpatrick of Lacrosse Wrestling and Jack Cryer of Zumbrota Mazeppa. We have the 1 versus the 5 seed on mat 5, 2 versus the 3 seed on a mat 6. Ackman comes into this ranked first in Division 2, 2-time bi-state place winner, 3-time state qualifier, placed 3rd last year at 113 pounds. So the guy's used to wrestling on the big stage here, Steve.
Yeah, Bortz is unranked in Minnesota. Not quite sure how that happens, but his probably his high seed comes from he did place at the bi-state, took 8th place at 106 pounds 2 years ago.
And Ackman in on a leg. Nice low single by Ackman there. Just needs to climb up.
From Goodhue. Trayton Ackman, Spencer Catholic or Columbus Catholic. Mat 5.
Bottom side of the bracket, that is Cole Fitzpatrick of Lacrosse Wrestling and Jack Cryer of Zumbrota Mazeppa. We have the 1 versus the 5 seed on mat 5, 2 versus the 3 seed on a mat 6. Ackman comes into this ranked first in Division 2, 2-time bi-state place winner, 3-time state qualifier, placed 3rd last year at 113 pounds. So the guy's used to wrestling on the big stage here, Steve.
Yeah, Bortz is unranked in Minnesota. Not quite sure how that happens, but his probably his high seed comes from he did place at the bi-state, took 8th place at 106 pounds 2 years ago.
And Ackman in on a leg. Nice low single by Ackman there. Just needs to climb up. 2-0 in favor of the 1 seed from Spencer, Columbus Catholic. Over on the bottom side of the bracket, Cole Fitzpatrick, Lacrosse Wrestling, ranked 4th at 120 pounds in Division 1. Placed 5th at state at 106 pounds last year. Cryer from Zumbrota ranked 4th in Division 2A Minnesota.
I was gonna say, taking a look at it, Cryer and Fitzpatrick are both ranked.
Also placed 5th at state. So
something's got to give, right? Kind of explains why it's 0-0 yet with almost 30 seconds in the first. Ackman's got 2. Waning seconds in mat 9, tight match. Pepple and Kawa, Medford and Hastings.
Oh, locked hands call, Steve,
way.
on 5.
Both referees confirming it.
106 pounds.
I like this assistant referee at oh my gosh, semifinals. Team, my brain. I gotta. Yesterday seemed like a whole 3-day tournament.
Well, I was just gonna say, I think that's more on boards than it is Ackman. Boards just showing constant movement. If you're constantly moving, you're bound to make the guy on top mess up. Even a wrestler of Ackman's caliber. Ackman just trying to follow right now. Up 2-1 though, I could probably see that point making a difference here later on in the match.
Yeah, you're right though. You watch Boris right off the whistle, up, moving, never goes flat. Fitzpatrick is constantly having to work. You know, you always say being on top and riding puts so much pressure and tires the other guy out. Well, when you're on the bottom and you're constantly moving, that guy's got to keep on reacting on top, like Fitzpatrick does right now. You're actually tiring him out.
That's why one of my favorite drills when I was coaching was the movement drill. Just crawl away, do switches, do whatever you can to create separation. Ends up being good for both guys, too.
Sure does. Yeah, good solid base. Keep moving. Second period, still tied over there on mat 6.
His opponent with a decision 6-0.
Fitzpatrick warned for stalling.
From Dodgeville, Reed Spurley.
And Boards gets his escape 50 seconds into the second period. Ackman right in on a shot after that. It's like he has that ankle, just needs to climb up the legs now.
There's 2, ties it up. No, it takes a 2-point lead. I got that bar in front of me, and
Hey, talk about constantly wrestling there. Ackman right after the escape. That might be the best time to shoot if they're not ready.
That's right. Big boys are already out on the side mats.
So that means we'll be jumping into our second round of consolation here soon.
And the girls, when are the girls starting?
I'll text someone downstairs. I think it's going to be once this second round of consolation starts. That's kind of when the 45-minute break needs to be implemented as well for the fellas wrestling today. But the girls will be wrestling on mats 1 and mat 2.
Ackman was warned for stalling on top. Borch just keeps moving. Is that still 0-0 over there on mat 6?
Yep, 25 seconds left in the second period.
I would assume Fitzpatrick took down. I'm going to check on that. Both wrestlers over there on mat 6 were warned for stalling. Choice, Fitzpatrick did take bottom.
Good call in a 0-0 match.
That means Career will have choice. It's like blood time for Fitzpatrick.
Third period here on mat 5. Wow, Ackman, textbook quad pod getting
nice.
up there.
That was nice.
That was pure strength, too.
Yep, peels those hands out, turns. Nothing Bortz can do. Ackman in on a single. Elevates.
Ackman has been unstoppable on that low single. Nice job there by Boards, but Ackman connected on the first 2.
Teague, I'm going to say this is the only tornado headgear we've seen so far this conference, but these guys are familiar with each other. As of last year, they were still in the same conference, right? So I'm just going to call it a conference matchup. Isaac Bunker is the number 2, I take that back, number 5 ranked wrestler in Division II. On the far mat, we have Jay Hansen from Verona. He's 5th ranked in the state against Dylan Nottestead, the 2nd ranked in the state, different divisions. Contrasting styles over there with Jay Hansen and Nottestead.
Hansen, we saw hit a lat drop yesterday.
Hansen lets it fly. Keep an eye on mat 6. Jay Hansen, nice kid, too. Always smiling, having
Griffin
fun.
Empey with a blast double. Oh,
out of bounds.
Looks like he did. Maybe didn't keep his toes in there.
Bunker kind of gives a little nod like, okay, I saw it. Luckily, I was out of bounds. Now I can watch for that again.
How many heavyweights do you know that can hit a blast?
Like that? Couple. Well, one of them's the Division I state or national champion from Minnesota.
Fair. Cable Stevenson.
That's sweet.
Wow.
That's like Jordan Burroughs-esque right there. Head right in the chest, hands behind the knees, and drive. Go neutral, Griffin. Let's watch that again. Isaac Bunker, Jr. I mean, like we were talking about it too. He's just got the frame. He's tall. He's only a junior. He's going to fill out.
I was going to say, whoever he was wrestling, oh, wow. Looking just like his older brother, Brooks, there with the cradle.
And let's cradle.
So, yeah, Griffin Empey, like we said. Sorry if you already brought this up, but Griffin Empey, runner-up at 285 last year. Losing to Ben Kozinski of Oak Creek, who ended up being a Fargo champ.
Yeah, unranked at Fargo, right? Where did Kozinski go to wrestle? College. Did he go to lacrosse?
I think so. I believe it was lacrosse.
I think if the story goes right is that he went into that tournament and obviously unrecruited, right? And then came out of that tournament, all kinds of people recruiting him.
We saw our best man. Yeah, who was it? We had Matt Majors of Oak Creek on. Just said we saw Ben Kozinski's best wrestling. Well, he won state, and he's like, yeah, we didn't see Ben at his best at the state tournament. Like, okay. Over on mat number 6 here, looks like Hansen up 2-1 right now over the 2-seed Nottestad.
No, Hansen's green, so Hansen
is green. Oh, okay.
Nottestad must have got a takedown.
So Nottestad up 3-1 now.
We were watching Empey's double leg blast, and we missed it.
Nottestad, two-time state place winner.
Gavin Finch and Jordan Delata on mat 3, 132 pounds, 10-7 in the third period.
Yeah, so the winner of the matches these rounds ends up, they will automatically place top 6. Whoever loses in these consolation rounds, for those of you watching those matches at home, if they lose in this round, they will wrestle for 7th place.
And if they win, they will take on the loser of the semis to determine 3rd and 5th, correct?
Correct,
okay.
Yep.
Starting to get it, Teague. Hats off to Isaac Bunker, though. I mean, I think we thought he was going to be pinned there. He's fighting it off, and halfway through, he's still, obviously down 7-0.
Wow, what a crossface there.
But battling, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think Griffin Empey is just used to pinning guys right away. Kind of like his brother.
Speaking of Stone, guys, I'm really pumped for this Rivera-Ross match. If Ross has as much of a gas tank as Lucas Sullivan, I don't know, Steve. I don't want to ever put any doubt with Nicolas Rivera, but who knows? Ross
fireworks.
If you can get it to go 6 minutes, that might be the key.
Nottestad with I believe it was a takedown right at the end of the period. Go up 5-1.
That's huge there. That's a huge swing. Jay Hansen going neutral, down 4. This could be worth the price of admission right here, Steve. But also, you have to assume if the Westby coaches did any scouting, they have to kind of know what's.
Well, and Nottestad's got a not your typical heavyweight frame, right? So he's a lot taller maybe than wrestlers that Jay Hansen's used to.
The height advantage definitely. Oh, look at that.
There it comes.
Working in the underhook. See, that's the thing. If Hansen goes in for the ties and Nottestad just backs out, you're going to see stall calls at some point.
Left fingers interlaced.
Yeah, I was going to say, surprised the ref. Don't they usually
Where's the first warning,
something?
stalling?
Yep. Hey, 3 more stall calls and it's tied.
They're bigger on that in college. They watch really for the hands.
That's
getting
where
the
I
fingers.
was wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not as big in high school.
I saw it during the Eau Claire duels.
Here's my question though. They warn somebody for it, right? The first time they tell people, but after that, then they start warning. I'm always like, wait, how do they know who started the finger interlace?
Over on mat number 5, Empey up 9-0 now.
Oh, here we go, Teague. He's got it over. Guys, what do you think Nottestad weighs? Is he a good solid 250, 260?
I would say 250. I think Hansen's got to be, 280, 270?
Well, he's probably a good 6 inches shorter than Nottestad.
I'm surprised Hansen's not more on the attack here, Steve. Not a lot of time left.
Is that a minute or just 15 seconds left?
Just 15 seconds left. Yeah, especially if that first stall call is so much time. Theoretically, he could have got 3 more stall calls.
Now he's going to go for it.
Not really. But hey, Nottestad put himself into the position to slow the match down a little bit. Credit to him. So we got Dylan Nottestad.
Westcott and Danielski. 4-2. Danielski gets a 2 reversal. Right to his back. So he gets 2 near falls. So it's tied up. Right now he's getting swipes. So the fall, that's a fall. Danielski, man. He's down 7-2 is Danielski over Westcott from Holman. Puts him to his back and gets the fall for the victory. He'll go for 3rd place. Westcott's going to be going for 5th place. Rip just got a reversal, or I'm sorry, takedown to go over Rambo, 3-2. As I look up, Hansen and Biba, that was over as fast as it started, 1minute and 30 seconds into it.
2-0 right off the bat. Empey, state runner-up last year, losing to Ben Kozinski of Oak Creek, who ended up doing pretty well in the offseason.
Yeah, unseeded, goes on and wins in Fargo. Fargo freestyle, right? That was not Greco, if I remember right.
It was Fargo.
We'll just say Fargo. Either one. Oh, nice.
Trying to take a page out of his older brother Brooks's book. Would drop into the leg right away.
He wrestles like a 32-pounder.
And I can't confirm for Dylan, but Griffin is the younger brother of Brooks Empey, 2-time state champion at 220 from Stoughton. Dylan Nottestad, if I had to guess, he has to be some relation to former Westby wrestler Chase Nottestad. Just a huge guy. I think he made state finals at 95 or 220 from Westby as well.
I do remember that. There it comes again. Yeah, Empey just kind of lowers those levels, doesn't go to the knees, just kind of changes a little bit. And football tackle drive.
I remember like 5 years ago when it was ill-advised for heavyweights to take a shot like that.
Not anymore. Heavyweights have evolved. They are athletes now. They go after it. They are physical. It's no longer just the 2 dancing bears at the center of the mat and ends 1-0, 2-1 final match. Oh, thank you. What happened over on, I didn't even see the final.
I don't know, someone ran off. If I had to guess, Bunker probably won. Usually if someone runs off, yeah. But we'll get an answer on that. Yeah, Bunker had a takedown and then a pin.
Okay, so he beat him twice in the same, twice in the bi-state?
I think both of them was kind of the same amount of time as well.
Yeah, Isaac Bunker is another, he's a junior. And wait till you see this guy. He's got the frame to grow. He's only, like I said, only a junior, and he's only going to get bigger. I would guess about 6'5". I mean, I'm up here. It's tough to tell. Here's that cradle situation. Time.
I thought for a second, Steve, we were going to see a suicide cradle from Griffin Empey.
We've seen that go bad this tournament a few times.
Over on mat number 3. Schaefauer up 1-0 on Hansen right now.
These two wrestlers are combined 55-0.
What a switch right
Nice.
off the whistle by Empey. Transitioning right into the cradle. There's that chain wrestling we've been looking forward to all weekend, Steve.
Shout out to Bunker as well from Monroe. Ended up taking 5th, right? Listen to Empey's results here. Won by forfeit, won in the fall in 14 seconds, a minute 14, a minute and 21. And Teague looked it up. Bunker beat him, Empey beat Bunker 11-1. Major decision. That was Empey's first match this year that he did not pin somebody.
And in on a single leg. We'll see if he switches off to a double. Nice dump there by Empey. And I think we had a Jay Hansen throw over there. I think the action just went out of bounds.
Was it a lat drop, Teague?
Yes, sir.
No points awarded.
Style points.
195-pound place winners. Please report to the awards area.
All right, starting back neutral here. Empey up 8-3.
Hey, look at Bunker over there studying. Even though he just won, he's studying, taking some notes, learning for the next one. Nice, not a steady. In on a low leg single, lifts it up in the air.
Empey looking to turn this into a scramble.
2 points takedown. Not a steady. Turns the tables a little bit.
So 5-8 now. And I haven't really seen Empey operate on bottom yet. Have to assume he's a pretty proficient in that phase as well, but
that's what you have to do when you're going against a heavyweight prize fighter. You got to stay in the battle, right? You got to keep chipping away. And
if you're Nottestad, you can maybe hold him down as Empey just quad pods up, and I don't think Nottestad wanted to mess with anything.
Ooh, watch that knee. Yep, especially those heavyweights. Thank you. Little guys are a little bit more bendy. You don't want a big guy's knee going that way.
Ninth place from Belmont Platteville, Porter Mandarano. 8th place from Hastings, Blake Clemens. 7th place from Ithaca Weston, Caleb Marchwick. 6th place from Rio Grande Highland, Isaac Biba. 5th place from Monroe, Isaac Bunker. 4th place from Verona, Jay Hansen. 3rd place from Nakusa Assumption, James Schaefbauer. 2nd place from Westby, Dylan Nottestad. And your 2021 Bi-State Classic champion at 285 pounds from Stoughton,